Yo, yo, we here. That is our live show. In fact, late as usual because of her. It's always a woman's fault. Listen, believe that. Always a woman's fault. But we on the popping. We on the popping. I think we on. I'm trying to make sure we got sound. Still making sure we all good in the hood. But I'm gonna let my co-host. Check us with sound, tell us all about her day as we come on. Don't tell me, you know, we already tell y'all about her already. She already got me mad, but we gonna make do what we do. While we're on here, we're gonna keep rocking, keep it moving. Let It Out Loud show each and every Wednesday right here at GG's Music Cafe, live broadcasting. Today we're talking about the resolution. Co-hosts is all around. They're all around. They're coming in. That's how we do reality edition podcast. That means all real time. Yeah, all real time. So we'll let y'all tell y'all a little bit about her day while I sound check and she helped me sound check. Matter of fact, your mic in, right? Let me bring her mic to her mouth. That's what they usually say. No, hold that one until I get you squared away in the back over there. Because you might not be plugged in. Oh, Gloria back. Yeah, her too. Yeah, she got to test on her mic. I'll bring it to her mouth later on. You getting slick, my nigga. You getting slick, dog. My co-host ain't nothing like women co-hosts, man. And it is my show. No sexual harassment charges here. None of that. They handle themselves real well. Trust me. I talk the trash, but they can talk it heavily back. Ain't no feelings and emotions over him.
Right. Facts.
I'm gonna make sure.
We're trying to see if they can.
Yeah, we're just doing sound check. Talk to people. Let them know where they at, Glo.
Hey everybody, what's good? I'm running a little late. I'm just walking in. How's everybody doing today? Don't look like anybody's in with us just yet, but that's okay. We see we got a lot of followers.
Yeah, I see that.
I had a.
They're coming on.
Yeah, they will for sure. So what's up with y'all? What's up with your day?
Oh yeah, that's good.
I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything?
Laying around. In the rain.
Lucky evening. I had reverse fibroids, and I think it was time for me to start the birth. Girl, my son was like, call the ambulance. I'm like, let's be done in a minute. As soon as it's done, we good. But until then, please bear with me. You know. Hey, listen. You know what? It is what it is. It was so much worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was pretty much my day. But I was determined to feel better. So I just got me some hot water, had a big old glass of hot water, put some socks on, put a sweater on, put a heating pad on. And you know, I don't really take medicine. I actually took medicine today though, because I couldn't take it. I typically don't touch it. I don't take nothing. And I didn't even take anything like crazy. I had some 800s at home, and I was like, I should have took that. Better, you know what? Right. It got me through. So that's really. I started drinking alcohol. So. Oh, really? Since when? Last Wednesday? Hey, listen, one day at a time.
That's it, man.
I'm gonna be 6 months in. And
I'm a work in progress.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Not you.
Oh.
you know,
I tell you,
oh, thank you.
I'm about to jump on Marcus's bandwagon about these women, man. Come on, give me a break.
What
Work with me. Work with me a little bit.
What you talking about? What are you talking about, sir? What are you saying?
It's not me. It's the
Listen, we go all
No,
in.
I don't need this as motivation.
We go in. We go to
So
what is it, Delray? think we go to Durran, but let me tell you something. It's for D1.
Yeah.
Really. I'm talking about you leave there with spaghetti arms and non-functioning
Oh,
legs, okay?
Yeah.
And they do,
Come down.
and it's like 1 hour, but we go in, we do ladder, we do everything.
I got this. Well, this guy I used to work out with.
Mhm.
Same situation.
I'm sorry, folks. I know y'all gotta bear and listen to these women cackle about their
Oh, cackle.
things and woman things. We don't come on the show to hear that, the Let It Out Live show. We want to hear about prostates and bloody scenes and roid thighs.
Oh,
They call thyroid. What they call all that.
Thighs.
Whatever. We want to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? We
people were late with us.
Okay, so let me make sure we got a sound check. What's up, girl? How you doing? How was your week? How was your day and your week from last Wednesday?
I was actually looking forward to this, like really looking forward to this. You see how sideways the cameras? You need me to fix it?
I do. It just did that.
I told him that.
To be very honest with you, I've been kind of looking forward to this podcast. I think it's gonna be if we actually do it properly. No fussing.
Marcus.
No pun intended. No.
Huh?
Yeah, now put it over to the. Yeah, what's going on with it? Why is it so?
It's because I don't got the actual one.
Trying to center.
Yeah, move it over.
The other way.
Not yet. Towards him. Towards him a little bit more. Now go down.
I'm him now.
Sorry, Mr. Eric, but I'm just giving directions.
I'm in the chair. I know you had.
All right, I guess we could pull it. Nope, it fell off again. What you want? You need something to hold it.
No, I'm good.
But if it's gonna be like that, we could just push it down.
No, we're good. I think.
All right. I mean, I guess we could do it.
What do you think? You think for now?
Yeah, I think we can do it for now.
We're against the clock right now. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're getting clock. Listen, we're gonna jump into this thing all the way knee deep because we got an early show today. We got we're gonna end on time. I'm gonna try. We're gonna try. If these two don't get on my nerves, you know, we're gonna end on time tonight.
Deflection.
We don't get on this.
Right.
If it's not the deflection,
If y'all get my nerve, we're
early on
gonna
a Wednesday.
definitely end on time tonight. Jump right into it. Big news. I'm gonna make my personal announcements at the end of the show, but right now I'm so aggravated, so I gotta jump right in it because of these people. Said I wasn't gonna do it. I'm doing it anyway. People are stupid. Eric, don't tell me don't call them stupid. I know you're gonna say call people stupid. I'm calling them stupid today. We don't read, we don't comprehend, we don't pay attention. We go with the hype of whatever's going on. I know y'all heard about the gas lines, right? Being hacked in the gas situation. The whole gas situation that's happening, right? Clear as day. Clear as day today. Multiple news stations said, and I quote, and I have to, leave me, of course, y'all know I always can put it up, what's being done and what's being talked about, what's being said. I can always go to it and show you. Clear as day. They said the gas shortage will not affect South Florida because South Florida doesn't get its gas from the same pipeline as all the other states. We're off the Gulf. So our gas comes from directly from Texas and it's through pipes, not through that pipeline.
That's not affected.
Right. So we're not
affected pipelines.
There you go. So we're not affected. But here you go, Floridians, every gas station, because they heard through one grapevine that there may be a gas shortage. You can't go to the people that really need to get gas. They got to go to work or that's really going to eat. Can't get gas. Why? Because you stupid Floridians don't comprehend, don't read. You just
listen.
Gloria, no.
Listen.
I hope you wasn't one of them, Miss Lowe, that I'm talking about on the side of me.
I sent my son to the gas station.
What you want to eat?
Well, he's always keeping my car eat.
Okay, well,
So
you
what I
got
did was I called two of my people. I said, hey, listen, I don't know what's really going on. This is what's happening. I said, fill up your tanks to right now. Just try not to go anywhere. I don't really know what's gonna happen. So they filled up. My son went to the dentist. I was like, hey, don't halfway do my tank.
Yeah,
I'm
us men
sending
got
$50.
Yeah, us men got
I know the gas probably only $4.
Yeah, we got this kind of thing. we do.
I need you to fill
Fill
the
it up.
tank. I said, fill up the tank. I told some mommy, full? What the? Yes, full.
Full.
Yes. So I got gas, y'all. I did.
But you don't. I mean, I'm not gonna label you for stupid people because you need gas. You need gas. You didn't just
There's
respond.
a difference.
Yeah, there's a difference.
It's a big difference.
There's a difference.
You didn't just respond to the craziness that we're running out of gas in South Florida.
Right.
This is turning into a toilet paper situation.
Which I still to this day don't understand that situation.
Me either.
Now I still don't understand
I'm
now.
not gonna lie to
And
you.
those are
I
the same
never
people that getting
understood.
Those are the
gas.
same people getting gas.
Yeah.
You can believe that.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I bought cases of baby wipes. Because we use wipes.
Yeah,
I'm like, y'all don't clean up around here because I'm sorry. I'm a big girl.
I don't know what was supposed to even happen that made people go get the toilet paper. I don't know what was
I don't
the
know.
reason behind it still
The
a year later.
The toilet paper and bleach.
Well, we do the bleach because everybody wanted
Because
to
it
claim
was
wanted to be clean.
people
And
buying
sanitize.
bleach.
Sanitize.
Never ever bought bleach before.
They felt they was gonna do like a Trump.
I-
So
I
they was
think
gonna
they
get rid of.
The thing is this too. I mean, as an overall, this is how we can tell how nasty we are as people.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
one, I was getting cases of baby wipes. I was like, listen, I don't even know if the water gonna be working. We need to make sure we can wipe ourselves. And
You just start thinking about all kind of.
I'm a big girl. I'm like, I can't be just with tissue. I don't know what y'all got going on, so I can't do that.
Sanitary.
We
Sanitary.
need to clean.
Sanitary.
So I went and I wasn't fighting for tissue. I was like, hey, listen, I bought a case on Amazon. I bought cases on Amazon of wipes. Came in perfectly fine, flushable. I was good,
Good
no
to go.
problem. Another thing is, I went into the store and sanitizer, hand sanitizer gone, but soap is on the shelf. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Yep.
I had to look like, wait a
Sounds
minute,
like
wait a minute.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute, y'all buying hand sanitizer, but ain't nobody buying soap?
Exactly.
Sounds
exactly.
like-
Are y'all serious
Sounds
right
like
now?
Florida and this I don't get it. So I was mad. I was just upset. I just went off on like 4 people at the gas station
Oh,
just because they were looking around. They were like, "Oh, it's only 93 left." I said, "Do you need gas? Where's the gas?" I said, "Ain't no gas shortage." I said, "Yeah, do y'all even comprehend?" I said, "The people with clearance, they, the governor, the commission, our Senate, everybody that been sharing on Facebook, on IG, been sharing around on the news. Every news station said it. There is no gas shortage in Florida. People, if you don't need gas, don't go to the gas station. You're making the gas run out faster because they're not expecting the rush. And now when you take all the gas, it'll be there tomorrow. But they wasn't expecting all you Negroes to go get gas.
It's not just niggas.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying all you Negroes. But
he's trying to,
you know,
he's
so
on the point.
that's what I'm saying. You got anything about the gas? You want to piggyback on the gas?
I keep a tank for the gas. Thank you very much. But
Yeah, she been promised since she got here. I don't know what's going on.
but that's what you're talking about. Go right here on the corner.
Yeah.
They're lining up. Man.
So no, I mean just because you see one car, you say, "Oh, everybody get gas. I gotta get gas." I swear to God, this is this generation. I don't even know what to call it. This generation, it's this heritage, it's this culture. I don't know what it is, but we as people, as a group, is a monkey see, monkey do set of people. If you run, you better believe they run. If you go to the gas station, you better believe everybody going to the gas station. If you stop, everybody stop. You can just be in traffic, you just stop. Everybody gonna stop.
Everybody gonna stop and look.
Because we are monkey see, monkey do
I don't do that.
group of people.
Even when if I see an accident, I'm trying to go as fast past that accident as possible.
To go by it.
Like my kids will be like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, "I don't even know. I gotta go."
Yeah.
Because why do I want to see your mishap? You understand what I'm saying? Why do I want to watch somebody else's mishap? I cannot.
I'm coming the turnpike going north. There's an accident southbound. Everybody stop.
For what?
Everybody look.
For nothing.
See,
For nothing.
doesn't even concern you. Let's
I
just get out of the way. Keep moving.
I can't understand yet. Hello, this lady. You ain't talking, ho. We want to know how your day was.
My day was fine. I didn't do anything. I was home all day.
Of course, you look like you did nothing. Absolutely nothing. You look like you did absolutely nothing today.
Listen, it sounds like to me you have some built up.
I do. Yeah. I mean, we know where it's coming from. You want me to let everybody? I'm not gonna do that because we got a short show today, so I don't got time to waste 30 minutes.
It's not gonna take 30 minutes. All you gotta do is just tell people. He's mad because he said I let him struggle getting all the equipment out of the car. But I thought you had it.
Wow. So if you address that, you want to talk about a woman? No, we're not going to do that. And you said we're going to talk about resolution today. We're not talking about any problems today. We're talking about resolution.
We're resolving issues.
We're resolving all the issues that we discussed. We're throwing resolution options out there. Yeah. But before we do that, it's 7:58, so we can talk. We can take 2 minutes in address this one thing. I don't really know the people, so I'm just gonna. You may know what I'm talking about. You guys may know what I'm talking about. I don't really watch the show, but everybody's been talking about it, so I'm just gonna throw it out there as a question. On the show, this lady, friend, well, I don't know what to call them friends. She introduced 3 women to her husband, the lady. Long story short, give me the quick version. The 3, they all was talking, they all got along, they all partied together, whatever. Long story short, that lady got a divorce from that man, which was her husband, and one of the other ladies now is engaged to that lady's husband,
ex-husband.
Now, question is, I don't know the people's name that good. I don't really follow the reality shows. Portia or something. Everybody know. Everybody talk about it.
From where?
Yeah.
From Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, of course. So the question is, could you marry or date, marry, whatever? See, I don't even know how to word it because the girl said she's not my friend.
That's a lie.
But the proof was in the rollover videos, because what you saw was her call her friend. You saw them talk as friends.
You know what? That didn't necessarily have to be a lie because I was watching Tammy, who was from Basketball Wives.
Okay.
She was trying to explain, like she said, when they bring new people on the show, they try to find someone to attach them to kind of
make it like you ain't just nobody.
Yeah, like cohesive, like this is a friend or whatever of this person, when in actuality they're really not friends. But they started taping together, and I don't know the dynamics of that friendship, but I just think it was wrong.
So
running acts of wolves.
So I guess the question is, what is the level of I can't? What is the level of he's off limits? When is he off limits?
No, that's a self-respect thing.
Okay.
Let's be realistic. I think that it's not. There's like.
What's up, Rob? What's up, Lady Ellis? What's up, James? And everybody else coming in, checking in. Make sure you share.
What's up, Rob?
Yeah, he's coming here. Make sure you share it. We all share. Make sure you share. You watch it. Hit share on your post. You watch it on YouTube. You can just watch. If you have a link, you can always watch on YouTube. Tell your neighbor. Tell your friend. This is grown folks conversation, adult conversation. We talk real topics on here. We talk problems. We talk resolution. We talk relationships. We talk family. We talk all type of informative topics, and we hash them out. We give different point of views, and it's good entertainment.
Yes.
So definitely share it,
and you would say
that part. Share it, and tell your friend, tell your neighbor. Each one bring one. Go ahead.
So opinion. I think that's it's a self-reflection thing. I think that remember when we was talking last week about loyalty. You know what I mean? Everybody is not a loyal person. And majority of the people that we deal with and they call each other friends, this goes back to you, Mr. Eric. When I said these are not your friends, these are your acquaintances. There's a difference with a real friend and an acquaintance. And sometimes we find out later that that person that you thought was a real friend was an acquaintance or an enemy. And at some point, you just don't want to be behind someone else. And in that particular case, you know what I mean? And young people do it, I think.
Yeah, I think people use the term friend too loosely.
Yes.
Because not like you said, not everybody is your friend. Like
right.
You have people that you know of, or people that you are acquainted with, but I don't think they're necessarily your friend. But in the respect of this situation, I just think it was just wrong. She might have been her friend, she might not have been her friend, but I just think it's just certain boundaries you just don't cross. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't cross.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like just out of respect. I don't know.
But and I think this is so like full circle period. You know what I mean? Because it comes to when we're always talking about friendship. And I'm like, listen, those are not friends, those are acquaintances, right? It comes to when we speak about when you have lack of self-control, which gives you lack of self-respect. You know what I mean? This falls into that. And I'm not familiar with it because I don't watch these shows because I think that they make Black women look extremely disgusting. And I think that it makes us think these shows make us look like we are thirsty as hell. And stuff like this proves a point.
Yeah, well this move that she did, it just, whether it's for a storyline next season, you know, whether it's for
that's
whatever, I just, because now it seems like it's turned into this 3-ring circus, because he proposed to her, and then Fallon, his ex-wife, proposed to her boyfriend. So it's just like, you know, what's really happening?
So the ex-wife, now she's engaged now
Yeah.
also?
Yeah.
But
That's
to
messy.
Portia's defense of this, she's saying that they weren't friends. They just met on the show.
That's what she's trying to say.
So that's what my question was. What's the area of,
To me,
when can you talk to that other person? Like, what's the guideline? If you're, what's the cutoff that, okay, that's disrespectful or that's out of?
I don't think you should just leave it alone. It's like
Yeah.
limits. Like, leave it alone.
If,
Like,
if
even
you,
if
so,
I'm not
so,
friends.
And if it's not,
so even if you're not
must
friends,
be
you don't.
if it must be a must, have a conversation with them. If you must be messy, you're like, hey, listen, I like him, so.
I
You
mean,
understand what I'm
that's
saying?
respectful.
That's
Yeah,
respectful.
because
that's
I mean,
respectful.
don't get me wrong. If somebody wanted to come behind me and was like, "Blow, blah 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 blah," I'm not gonna be mad at that. I could only respect that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Will I be able to be in the same room or vicinity? Probably not. But you know what? You respected me enough to put me up on game. You understand? And
But then that would
like
be based
respect more
on the
than I-
relationship that you have with that particular individual.
Nah, that's self-respect. That's a
I don't think it's cool. I just don't think it's cool. I
yeah,
don't
no,
think it's cool.
it's
Because she
not.
was at this girl's house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Even whether they're friends or they're not friends, I just don't think it's.
They were too close for conflict.
Yeah, like she was at her house. She had like 2 events at her house that Portia, you know, and the first event, Portia introduced her to 2 other cast members. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of muddy waters. Like, I don't think so.
Yeah, it definitely is.
See, I think this can have a lot of I don't know. Definitely say this can have a lot of generation answer to it. Like, it's a generation thing. A little bit. Because like some people in the newer generation is straight up like, listen, you're not my friend, I don't really owe you anything. You know,
Right.
we're not friends, so it's not my job to be loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't have to. There's nothing that we have for me to say I gotta respect you.
I mean,
Like you're saying, it's a self-respect thing.
Yeah.
So that changes the dynamics. It's how you feel about yourself. But now that's just a
I
matter.
can't relate that with my ex's homeboy. It just is not going down. And you
See,
know
that's a
what?
self-respect
This
thing.
might
What if
be-
it's true love? That's what she said,
If it was
right? Portia was saying,
Mom,
I know. I'm
Yeah,
just saying, she was.
it's only been a few weeks.
The thing is,
How you
this.
get engaged and then
And the story came out. He's actually wasn't even divorced yet. Divorce not even found yet. But I just wanted to put a question out there. Not even talking about this situation. Just making a general question. Could like what do you guys think? Like what is your opinion personally, and how do you feel? We know you're saying pretty much it's totally off. It's a self-respect
With
thing.
friends,
You got that kind of same model.
yeah.
You're not doing it. So if you know the girl, if you know of the girl, you're not talking to the guy at all.
know of her meaning what? Meaning.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So hold on, I'm not gonna.
So
I'm not gonna see somebody in passing.
When I
and
say
be
no of,
No,
I'm not gonna see somebody in passing. I'm not gonna see somebody in passing like, oh, I saw her sing.
that's
or
what
I
I'm
saw her
saying.
do
That's
this.
so.
And then I'm like, oh, I can't know. I'm not gonna know. Like,
okay, so
but if I know her,
usually if you know of someone, that means that you have been in the company of that person.
Okay, now you say in the company of you.
You've been in the company of that person, and you done seen them and the two of them together. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Totally understand.
understandable.
That's
That is understandable.
So you can, if you try to talk to you.
That's understandable, but I guess that's
So what would be your
company of somebody. That's-
answer to him? Like what are you gonna say? Oh, because he gonna look at you like, I'm just telling you from a man. He gonna be like, what that got to do with like you?
I
You
just
don't
be
know
like,
her.
well, you're right. I don't know her, but no, I'm good.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's crazy too. You know that. I'm saying that's good on your part. To me, it can be kind of a far stretch because that means you are just letting this up to anybody that you can stop true love.
No, I get what she's saying, but the thing is this: if I don't know you and I've seen you in passing, I don't got nothing to do with you. I'm like, okay, what's up? And I don't. First and foremost, I don't associate with a lot of women. Period. So it's not like you're gonna find me in a circle full of women laughing and kicking and being like, oh, we went out to dinner before and I know her. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't really gonna find that. When I say you could ask how many women know me and they're gonna be like, I've probably seen her in passing and I probably looked and kept it moving. You understand? At that point, if it is what it is.
So
You understand?
what's your is
See,
it
that's
a young
why,
lady?
that's what.
What's your answer? A young lady that you knew you saw the guy, y'all seen each other, y'all not friends but acquaintances, y'all know each other. He knows your name, and you know his. You don't know him like that, but you just know him. And the young lady, you're not together.
So we're not friends.
You're not friends. You just go.
I mean, because to me, first of all, friend is someone that I grew up with, not someone I just randomly knew.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're at a club, we're at a bar, and at a party, we just run into each other. Like we get introduced.
So
all of a sudden, that you don't get the identification of, okay, now we friends, we partners. That's not my friend.
Right. So you got
You
no
know what I
loyalty.
mean? So my friends are someone I grew up with, females or males. That's what I consider a friend.
So basically, what he's saying is he'll slide.
Right. Pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. We are. I mean, I wouldn't want to say
Yeah,
that.
me too. But he had to go all around
You want that dog? I mean,
Yeah.
Identified.
No, I respect
I just think it's awful.
you. I ain't answering him.
No, you didn't.
No, but you kind of did because you said if you just know of the person, it's like that. What does that got to do with anything?
I was just voicing like what a guy was saying.
Oh, okay. So what is your opinion?
Sound effects. We got sound effects. If I knew that we had sound effects in here, I mean, I really it's very hard because I think every exact particular situation is always different.
I do.
So it's hard to even give an answer like that because I don't have like that. Of course, the friends. The friends is a no.
Partner.
My friend, like what Eric is saying.
Right.
My friend, that's a no. Like, how? I can't even look in your face. Like, because my conscience is so messed up. Me personally, I got like such a deep conscience for any little stupid thing. So now I gotta be able to look in your. I believe I can do anything if I can look a person in your face.
Exactly.
Okay. That's always my answer to myself.
I know.
All the choose I can do something.
Right.
I always ask myself,
shame.
if I can look in your face and justify my actions, I'm okay with doing what I did.
Right.
Now, if I feel any kind of way ever about anything I've done and I can't look in your face, that means obviously it was something I wasn't supposed to do.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's my answer pretty much to everything, not just about this, just across the board. If I can't never look in your face, I probably shouldn't have did it.
Right.
Now that's also my answer I give in relationships with just period. When women and men ask, is it wrong to do? And we say every couple is different, every situation is different. But I always answer that couple, no matter who it is, that's always my answer to that couple in my own situation.
Mm-hmm.
My wife asked me about doing something. If you're okay with looking me in my face, and my other answer is if I can do that to you, and you're all right with it, you don't feel no type of way, and you can look me in my face, that means you should. That's the answer.
Right.
Don't do anything that you can't see me doing to you.
Even swap. Swim.
Right.
See, that's what we got
Even
going
swap.
on. See why we put the elderly on my show. They always got a saying. I don't know what they mean,
What's
You
good
just
for the
find
goose is
the
good for the gander.
gander.
It is. So I think we got that. That was actually a resolution, wasn't it? We said we was gonna start resolving some things. Right?
That is.
That was our
You know
resolution.
what? That is a good. I think that's a good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good place to
It
start,
is.
right?
It is a good place to start.
We talked about resolutions
It's a good place to start.
to resolve a lot of the issues that we've talked about on the show. A lot of, I mean, you want to throw some out there? Throw one out there, Eric. Something that we spoke on. Of course, cheating is probably one of the number one things we spoke on.
Infidelity. Yeah.
Infidelity. Our first one was child support.
Child support.
I
We
wish
probably
that I
don't
could
want
have
to
been
ever
on
No, we
that.
don't want to talk about that. 'Cause I saw
I
that
wish
show.
to God I could have been on that. 'Cause I would have loved it. I would have loved it.
Ooh,
was it?
What's the
You
resolution for
fussing with
that?
it?
I want to. I like to know what's the resolution for that. Vice versa.
who I was fussing with?
Well, you wasn't fussing. I mean, who was
He was fussing
Who was the
Gloria.
conversation with though? That is what I'm saying.
It was amongst all of us. It was just,
Well, a couple people left.
yeah, they no more return.
But
Yeah,
the same day they just got up and
yeah, it was that heat.
Yeah, you got heat.
I mean, it got kind of heated.
During the show.
Thank God, Eric.
You know what? I
Thank God, Eric.
really need to watch this. I wish I
Yeah.
wasn't here.
I mean, we're gonna probably address it again later
We
on.
need to.
Since
Because
I got a pedal of these type of women, I probably can have a better understanding and conversation about it. Because
There was a lot of yelling.
it was a lot.
I don't remember like the full content of the show.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it got so heated that.
Pretty much Durran and Eric was telling me to try some things. And I felt like
Try some things like what?
all the things was out the window. Like there was no
Wait, try some things like what?
just different resolutions to create a relationship back with my kids because of what the issues that happened with their moms. I was telling them we were at a place there was no resolution, and they were telling me there's always has to be an attempt. They didn't say it's always resolution level. They said it always got to be an attempt.
It may not
Don't
be
stop
resolution,
trying,
but
Mom. That's what they were
children-
saying. I got what they were
If
saying.
The
When
bigger
they
get
said,
older,
person,
yeah,
bigger
when their kids
person.
get older, they just need to see that.
Yeah.
And
I understood what they were
there's
saying.
Let them know
wrong and
you
the right.
thoughtful.
Yes. Let them know that
Whether you
that
lose
means
and feel like you losing or not, let them feel
I
like
think you was on the
fight.
coming too. You had a
I
couple
was.
things.
I had a few.
But you wasn't saying nothing that was super
I was-
bad.
no, I wasn't.
I actually was.
I honestly said that I agree with you that I don't feel like women
What's up, Rob?
should use, that as a form of like punishment, if you will. You know
it's
what I'm saying?
insanity.
Yeah,
It
Like,
is.
I
the,
don't
yo,
understand that.
do you know how many?
It's a
I
big
had
topic.
a
It's one of those
conversation
ones
with
that
a
can go
young
on
lady,
and on because kids is such
and
a
she
factor.
said the same, and I didn't know her, but we were just conversating, just having like a general conversation, and she was like, really voicing to me how, oh, he got a new girlfriend, he can't see his kids, and I'm like, hold up. I had to tell her, wait, pump your brakes,
She
sis.
was talking to the wrong person. She should like
I
this
said,
is
hold on,
background check. or
pump
something.
your brakes. I said, wait a minute. So your kids can't see their daddy. What's he talking to you? Is what you saying to me? I said, you sound like one more fucking fool, excuse my French. But you sound like one more dummy. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't had these kids by myself. And my first son should be Rashard Glover. Cutest thing on the face instead of my button. His old boy wanted to write. He wasn't right. Guess what? He was right enough to know when I drop my motherfucking kid off, you better be exactly the same way when I pick him up. Because I ain't had this shit by myself.
Right.
You understand? If you don't have no money, homeboy, you got time.
Woo!
That's
Preach,
You
going
understand
on.
what I'm
And
saying?
that's one
Preach,
point
girl.
If you don't have no money,
And see,
you got time.
Preach, woman. That's the
That's
difference
the-
between a woman and a girl. Like
Yeah,
this.
and a lot of women don't understand that because
They're too
that
busy.
didn't matter to me. That didn't matter to me.
They're too busy wanting to be.
Yeah, it didn't
It's
matter.
not-
They're too busy wanna
What it
put
is,
their hand in and
it's
reach out
not
and
even-
snatch your
I
heart out.
don't even know if it's being vindictive. They are,
It's
it's
everything.
controlling.
Oh, that's the key word.
It's the lack of control that
That's
they
keyword.
have over you.
Keyword right
You
there.
understand? So what they do is they utilize their children as a pawn.
Yeah.
First of all, the first thing that you should be thinking about as a mother is your child. Who you with ain't none of my business. Let me tell you something. Even now, my son is 9 years old. His father went got him a whole new woman, have a whole new family. I met her. I spoke to her. I was just crystal clear with her as I was with him. When I sent my jit over
I had
there,
that conversation.
my jit, no, it was a great
Nah,
one. It was a great one because I had to tell her.
When
I
it
said,
comes
listen,
to- yeah, I believe.
I said, there's one thing that I am before I'm anybody's woman. I'm a mother.
And
You understand what I'm saying? I'm a mother before I'm anything on this earth. I will lay down my life for these kids. So when I put them in your care, understand I will lay down your life for them too. This is true. This is just as real.
How many of those coming?
Not take good care of them. Not take good care of them.
I was like 3, 2, 1. There it is.
That's all I need you to know. Yeah. All I need you to know is when I leave my child with you, my child better come back the same way. And I understand that accidents happen, but my child better come back the same way. I'm talking about walking the same way, talking the same way, conducting themselves the same way. Because when I'm finished with whatever's going on here, you're going to wish to God you didn't breathe.
That was good. I like when you said that because we talked about child support, we talked about parenting. We had to actually cut off about 3 or 4 more topics that we planned on talking about because it was just like
getting too heated.
We had to just kill that whole subject.
And running out of time.
And yeah, it was ridiculous. Like people,
I wish
it was an interesting because we had a lot of people giving and learning and picking up vibes from other people saying that okay, maybe it was a different way I could have did that. We all was saying that in all our experiences. Me, Durran, everybody. But one I wanted to deal with, but we're dealing with resolution, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. What I wanted to deal with was, what do you feel about chastising kids when you're like separate, when the parents separate? What are y'all feelings on the other parent and chastising? That's a real
for me
issue in
if
relationships.
You can love my son the way I love my son, then you need to chastise him.
How would you know?
Because you can tell. These are things that you can tell. Your children tell you everything when they're comfortable with it. You understand what I'm saying? Your children conduct themselves in front of other people the way they would conduct themselves without you there, is what I'm saying. So if your child is always like this, something's not right. But if your child runs to them, goes to them, you know what I'm saying, is hugging on them, kissing on them, loving on them, then guess what? That means that you're giving them just as much love and attention and affection as necessary. Don't get me wrong. Don't be out here just beating down on my jit. Because I ain't beating on my jit like that. But if my kid is out of pocket, out of line, or doing something that's going to cause them damage, I need you to stop that there. And I need you to let me know so I can stop it here. Because children are very manipulative too.
That's right.
And they will go over here and cut a fool.
And go over
here. And they go over there.
And play. They play on you. They play on you. They play on.
They play on intelligence.
They play on intelligence. They play on parents. So you're saying it's chastising from the other set of parent is okay with you to a certain degree.
Well, it is only if that parent gives the same love. So I'll give an example. And again, I'm just very different when it comes to children. I love when you bring these kids in my house, they stay here whether you leave or not. You can go about your business. But 9 times out of 10, your child is like, hey, can I come over?
Right.
I need this. Where are you at? Come pick me up. You know why? Because when I take them in, I'm taking them in. They belong to me now. You understand? And when it, like even with, let's say my baby boy's dad, he had a daughter. Me and his mom call each other BM. His daughter's mom call each other BM. Most women don't do that because they hate each other for whatever reason.
What?
But I had to call her. And I said, listen, this is how we do things in my house. I'm not sure how you do it in yours, but this is what we do over here. When it's time to go shopping, she's going shopping. When it's time to get fed, she's getting fed. When it's time to go to sleep, she's going to sleep. When it's time to get chastised, she's getting chastised. I need you to know that. And I need you to
talking about her daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But I'm coming to her because I'm telling her, listen, when she's here, the only way we're going to allow her to grow as a young person, as a comfortable young person, as a smart young person, as a young person who feels like it is okay to be in a blended family, is to let her know that you're loved here and here. And whatever rules are here too. Because that's what happens. You start taking children and you moving them in and out of houses, they start doing stuff over here that they're not doing over
that's
here.
Only natural.
And you have to come together.
You should want to come together. What do you think? Chastising. Can your child be chastised
by her biological father?
No, by who the father's with.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if it's,
a loving situation.
Yeah,
it can't
it's
be
a loving situation. Now, I don't want you to be like, trying to be vindictive
Right.
That's me.
Well, the father has to
Take
step
it.
in.
But
and
sometimes
see that,
men
though.
don't have
Yeah, but
those.
men don't have that. They don't.
They
You
don't.
gotta understand, as a woman and as a
Not,
mother.
I said not all men, but some will let whoever
So
they're
you
with
are
control the
okay with it,
situation.
but you're
Yeah,
saying
there's
she
some-
okay
yeah,
with it,
they
you're
will
okay
let-
with it, but
they
y'all
will-
saying y'all got to see or feel something. pretty
Well,
much,
well,
you know?
that's because, let's think about it this way. If you're sending your daughter, I'm just saying you have a daughter, and your ex is with a man in her home, you don't think that you should be intertwined with the man who's in the house with your daughter? That should be the first rule, period.
Say it again?
If
You
you
have
have a daughter
Right.
with someone, and your
Oh,
baby's
oh,
mother
oh,
brings in
oh,
another
oh.
man,
Mhm.
you don't think that you should be intertwining with that? You don't think that you should be extremely involved with what's going on here, because that's your daughter.
What do you, I just,
For your
what
kid,
do you mean?
It can be right, but I'm just giving an example as a
But
father
even-
to a daughter.
You know how
You understand
some
what I'm
okay, well, just use an
Okay,
example like
before Eric, what do you feel? And then I'm gonna get it.
I don't have a problem with it.
The other parent, the person the other parent is with, chastising you, kid child.
Right, I don't have a
No
problem
problem with it.
because I've raised 3 stepkids, and I've had to chastise my
Yes,
kids.
that's
My
good.
stepkids love me. I treat them just like they were mine.
Exactly.
right.
No child
So
coming in
pretty
this
much
house.
everybody on this panel don't have a problem with
No.
the other
No.
parent, the other parent's person
No.
they're with, chastising their child.
And that's again,
That's-
if this woman or this man ain't back and forth with a whole bunch of people either. Don't be bringing
That's
20,
another
30
thing.
people in front of my jit and telling some, oh, that's his new daddy or that's her new daddy. No, we ain't doing that.
But
That's
you
not
know,
how this works.
it's like
You can't stop what happens in the house, but at certain
Right.
things, you can stop at chastising. You know what? I can't stop you from being a hoe. But what I can do is make sure that nobody's abusing my child in the process. You understand what I'm saying? I can't stop you from being who you need to be because that's none of my business. But anything that comes past that line, which comes over here to this, that's all my business. So at the same time, that's like telling a man, I don't want you dating.
Yeah.
When my kid is there, I don't want you going out. I don't want you bringing nobody home. I can't tell you that. The only thing I tell you is this: move with severe discretion. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if my child comes home different than the way I dropped them, the only people gonna suffer is you and
Okay,
whoever else
so
is there.
I gotta challenge you. I gotta
Go ahead,
challenge you. You know I have to do it. It's showbiz, right?
Who you
Yeah,
are?
go ahead.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Let's
I gotta challenge you because we all agree and we all believe those fundamental things, no doubt. So for the viewers that's gonna watch, that's watching now, there's no strife or difference of agreement. We agree on this. But here goes the challenge. Here we go. Because this is reality of it. Me and my baby mama, whoever, we don't really vibe like that. So let's talk about the reality of, yeah, on a good day, that can be discussed, and we can discuss how the other person, on an average relationship, we ain't really too much talk. When I get the kid, I got the kid. And when you got the kid, you got the kid. And you ain't really finna tell me what to do in my house, and vice versa.
Correct.
You know, that's how I really get.
yeah.
We talking about real when y'all just ain't vibing like that and y'all just baby mom, baby daddy. So now in this situation, in the kid, I hear you say, so I'm gonna jump to hear you, Lo. You say my kid gotta come back the way I dropped him off. I don't know what you mean, like physically, mentally.
Right. So what I'm saying is, as long as my child is in good health,
Okay.
when I drop my child off in good health, my
Mhm.
child needs to come back in good health.
When you say good health, like
I
what do you
mean,
mean
yeah,
exactly?
physically, because you gotta understand that children.
So what if your child come back and they're mentally distraught because they feel like they wasn't done?
I'm confronting that right then and there. There's no ifs, ands,
Who
or
you
buts about it.
confronting?
I'm confronting him.
And saying what?
I'm gonna ask him what's going on. But you gotta understand too.
I ain't saying that yet. What I gotta
No,
understand?
what I'm saying is, you gotta understand too. That's why you have to have.
I'm about
That's
to
why
give
you
you
have
real.
to.
I know
I get it.
I'm giving you
But
reality.
that's why
That's
you
what
have
really
to
happened.
let your children know
Mhm.
that it is okay that they are in their other parent's house. That you don't want them hiding and sneaking and maneuvering different, because that's when secrets start happening. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want them. Put it this way. When I speak to my son, right? I don't question him about what goes on in his father's house.
Okay.
You understand?
That's
Because
a good thing.
that's not my, that, I don't give a dog what goes on in there. You know what I'm questioning? You all right? You had a good weekend?
Mhm.
What did you do? Did you do something special? Did daddy do more for you this weekend than mommy did? Because I know mommy sucks. You understand?
Yeah.
And my son is like, yeah, we went to the beach. You never take us to the beach. And I'm like, oh, damn, I got to fix that. But you
So
understand?
here we go.
I'm having
Their
conversations.
girlfriend, got mad at me because I did something, whatever. And, she was just, and just, and she did this and she did that. I don't like her, mommy.
But you have to ask them, like, well, what is
Right.
Like, what is that?
He's a child. They ain't gonna say what's up. They're gonna say
that's not true.
That's
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
at an age they're not gonna give you
But
a
you-
detailed description
They
of
might not give
everything
you a
that's
detailed
wrong.
description.
They're gonna say I don't like her. That's what
But
kids
you-
are gonna say.
but
I
you-
don't like her.
But you can ask, well, why don't you like her?
Because they mean. That's what kids gonna say. I'm giving you reality.
But
Okay, so
what if they just don't like her because mom and dad is together?
Right, we know that's gonna happen. So I'm giving you that. That's exactly what I want to say. But you don't know.
You with that.
But you don't know. All you know is them
That's
saying
because
I don't like her because she's mean.
They
She treat me bad.
manipulate that situation.
Right.
That's exactly what they do. That's what I'm trying to get to. But I'm not trying to say they say. They're not gonna say I'm manipulating the situation.
But they don't.
But they're gonna do it,
it.
and they're gonna make you feel like that person is doing something. And so I'm saying when they come and say,
you know
I don't
your
like
children, if you give them the opportunity again to be who they are in the environment that they are in, you will pick up on that. I know when my son does something that he's not supposed to.
Right.
Because I'm looking at him like, oh, all of a sudden, shit just went shifty for you. And it's like, I said, wait, do I need to call and ask what's going on? And then it's like, well,
What
okay.
I like that you
great.
said is that
But see, everyone don't respond
the way you just
the way
did.
you respond.
And that's why it makes it a very uncomfortable situation for your child. And you got to start thinking as a parent and stop thinking with these parts of your body.
But see, because if the child's mother already has
That.
different
Right,
thoughts,
attention,
different
but with
thoughts,
that- yeah,
in
different
there,
thoughts.
But that's
so
where
then
that's
that
where
just gives them
exactly
the
it gives
become
them,
the act of fool.
and that's why
Let
I'm
me give y'all
not
an
into
example.
that.
You know, like y'all know I like to
personally.
make it all personal. I don't never mind because ain't nothing that's deep. So the reason I'm asking you in that way because I have a baby mama that we know the tension is already there, so it's always there, and I ignore it, but it's there. So my child is so smart, knows how to manipulate and knows what
That's
he's
what
doing.
he's gonna do.
He says to his mom, "Daddy don't treat me the way he treats my little brother. He doesn't love me the way he loves him. It's harder on me than it is on the baby." He's absolutely correct.
Bro, you're
That's
supposed to
baby, and he's
And-
a little bit older,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
he's right.
He's supposed to be, right.
And he can be a little, doing things that
He ain't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
very
I like it.
crucial on that than I am with no, because he's rough, the little rough, football throwing that, touch me in my mouth, and he's on that.
Yeah.
He's on that. He lived that life. The other one, he's just not. So I'm a little bit more. Okay, so I'll get the mama.
Because mom baby it now.
Yeah, exactly. So I get the mama, and the mama says, ding, ding, ding. My son is telling me that you're not treating. You need to show. Well, whoa. I run this is why I asked you that question. I run my house. I do what I do over here. You do what you do. I'm gonna call you on question. Even when they tell me stuff, question. I believe that you love your kids and you would not see anything happen to them.
Right.
Yes.
I give you that.
I have
No
to-
matter how I feel about you, I give
Right.
you. I know you love
I
them,
know that.
and I need you to feel the same way about me when they come with me. So don't question if the child, he's a child, coming to tell you, Daddy ain't loving me. He's gonna tell you that. Of course. I need you to know, not doubt, know for sure that Daddy loves you. I need you to tell him that, matter of fact. Daddy loves you. Maybe it'll be harder, but Daddy loves you.
But
I do it.
she has to also tell.
And she's not
I
that,
have to-
what
I
you
have to do
described.
that. too.
She's got to
It's
tell
my,
them.
it's right. It's
So
mine.
because she's not that, and she already got the tension, it's automatic that. Yeah, he's saying this. And you know what comes after that? Now, of course, we all know this wrong, but let me tell you, what comes after that is,
If
oh,
you don't know,
if-
but I
if
don't
you-
bring them in.
yeah, if you can't hear me, if you ain't gonna
No,
do this
no.
the way I say, we can go back and you ain't got to never give.
Yeah. See.
Wait a minute, how is my negotiation
Right.
Right.
if I ain't got to get? Are you crazy?
Right.
We don't negotiate on kids. These are my kids. I'm gonna
These
get
are my
regardless of what you feel I do.
Yes.
But the negotiation is if you don't do or hear me and the way I want to be heard and don't react the way I want you to react, you ain't got to give.
It takes.
That's the power.
What it is, it takes a real woman.
Maybe I ain't have kids with women.
No. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is,
mess up your
let me tell you. Listen,
Wow.
you gotta be.
Mike check. She checked me.
Yeah,
and I ain't even say
a
nothing.
lot of times you don't.
You know, I get back at her, but this time she might check me. That was
But in
absolutely.
a lot of instances, you don't know that after the fact.
You don't.
Well, that's why.
This one
Guess
was
what?
good.
That's
This
what-
is good. Eric, I need you to lead. I need you to lead on this. We're switching topics again right here. Eric, you need this
Listen,
because the women gonna
you
disagree.
know, but your Peter Weeder don't care.
But
And now that you had it,
I don't all the way agree
now
with
you
you.
changing.
No.
Now you changing it like,
no.
So you mean to tell me she didn't change?
No. This is what I'm saying.
No,
is
but
this.
she was saying you already knew.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, but
You know what you're working with. You know what you're working with.
I swear to God, I did.
If I deal with a man, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I deal with a man
no,
and he ain't taking care of the kids he got right then and there, I ain't messing with you like that.
Okay, but that's different.
That's
But
because
That's
you can
that.
see, you
you can see that. We're talking about that thing with that front. That's
Hold on.
But
So you mean to tell me that messing with a woman, you can't tell if she's manipulative?
First of all, she didn't have kids, so how am I know how she
I
had
didn't
kids?
say kids.
No,
I said
you use
when
kids.
you
You
messing
said,
with a woman, you can't tell if she's manipulative or not.
no. I'm telling you why. No, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you.
No,
I could not because if she, this woman, let me show you.
Okay.
And even women said, man, how did they keep that job? This woman had no kids. This second woman had no kids, had a good job. Was from my eyes was mature enough to hold that good job, corporate job, not no just Burger King walk, memorial, like a corporate job. She was there for about 3-4 years. Savings was saving well. Like from her life perspective, she was doing things that a woman responsibly what you would want. At the age she was at, she wasn't just pregnant. She ain't just pop no kids out there. She was still able to have kids, but didn't have none. So that was already a good gene. I'm like, okay, then you got no kids. Either you popping a lot of abortions, or you just being very protective.
No, we can touch on that.
Or okay, so that was one. I'm just giving you one. The job, held the job. That's another thing a man look at. She held the job for a good amount of years. I think it was more than 3. She was like 7 years in to that good job. And for what the eye saw was responsible.
Nothing you're saying is giving me mental stability.
What the heck?
Like, okay, so this is my
That's
question
not
to you.
giving me any mental stability.
I'm not trying to get in your
Ask
business
the
or
question.
anything like that.
Ask
But
the
like,
question.
how long were you guys like dealing with each other before you had kids?
Not the.
Shoot, I don't even remember. That's kind of long. But it wasn't no 6 months. It was over a year.
Right, but I mean, do you honestly think that 12 months is enough time to kind of like
Determine
whether or not you
with
should
someone.
Yes.
mess up your genes?
Even after my mess ups, I still determined yes. Like I mean, if a person that way in a year, I mean, what they gonna? I mean, that's so. What is the time? Hold on, that's another question. So what is the time?
But see, right now,
What's the time?
I don't think there's.
Because somebody can pretend for 5 years. Somebody can pretend for 10 years.
yeah, but
I can't say that. I can't say
score.
So there's no
I
time.
don't say there's a time stamp. I'm just saying.
Everything I saw with her showed responsible. Now I ain't saying she was perfect, but it showed responsible adult
But
woman. She didn't club like that.
but responsible adult is different from parenting.
Right.
How would I see parenting if she ain't got no
You don't
kids?
have any
Because
kids.
what was her background? How was she raised?
Her mom had a good job. She was communicating with her.
Job ain't got nothing
You
to
know
do
I'm
with it.
naming. God damn, what else do we got to do? Do a 5-point agenda? What are you looking at when you're looking at the mom? She was around her family. She communicated with her family. She had a sister. Her sister had kids. I think her sister had kids already. She was an auntie. She was a good auntie. I mean, goddamn, what else are we supposed to look at?
He said.
You ain't gonna look at so much.
He said, ask for work right then.
You're not gonna like.
She showed responsibility.
She showed responsibility. She was in a family. She showed family traits. So the family traits was decent. It wasn't like the best because her mom and her dad wasn't
You have
together.
to Okay,
Her
so
mom and dad wasn't together,
okay,
but they her mom and dad at that point got along. So
Right,
they
they
were
didn't seem like they was
they didn't seem like there was dysfunctional. There was a history of dysfunction back in the past, but now at this point, everybody was, a mature set family. Like you didn't see no crazy.
If she wasn't in that.
Oh boy, did it change after kids? And don't say, oh, it was always there. You
Well,
didn't see it.
no.
Oh hell no, it
Well,
changed.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be.
How you doing, D?
What's going on, W? How you doing?
You jump right in there, man. Listen,
See you,
we
Eric.
right
See
in.
you, Kenya. See you, Marcus.
How's everything? How was your week? How's your day?
Man, the day was good.
Can you get him? Can you?
I tried to.
Oh, that might for
He didn't want it. I tried to hand it to him, but he was like,
Well, y'all gonna start this year? No, what's going on over here? Cause it be a lot of tension right here. I mean, every time it just be like rough right here. I see y'all be talking stuff to each other.
bro, D be coming for me, bro.
I don't see D do nothing. I'm trying to say.
That's why you turn around and say, go ahead, D. Get him.
He's such a gentleman, like all the time. So I don't really see him do nothing. It be you most of the time.
I'm glad that the comments with us.
It be you all the time.
it's not the panel,
She just
it's one person.
I'm just saying, she just jump on D every time. I'm like, he ain't did nothing. You forgot, you know this your girl thing. You already know. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I was blessed. It's a blessing to be here. One of my favorite songs that says by the Winans. Millions didn't make it.
But I'm one of the ones.
But I'm one of the ones who did.
Can you tell you something, church boys?
Man.
Just finish your sentences. Church boys. Let's go. Yeah.
That's right. But I'm good, man. Humble, the grind.
Okay. We're talking about resolution.
Let's go.
So we resolved a lot tonight. We resolved a lot and actually one and so we back to talking about problems. Because we're actually one of the main resolutions that we
Well, we're not talking about problems. We're trying to resolve why or how to fix this in the future for other things. So it's not that we're talking about problems. We're actually trying to, as a panel together, we're just trying to figure out what we can possibly do to be better at these type of things.
So what's
when
the
it comes
subject
to
matter in regards to
we
resolution?
all over the place actually because we get some good points. We talked about how the panel feel about the other spouse
chastising.
the other spouse's girlfriend or boyfriend chastising the child.
I missed that part.
Yeah. We just want to know: are you in agreement with it or not?
Oh,
If need be, can your baby mama boyfriend chastise your kid?
Yes.
Okay, that's all we really want. We ain't really going deep.
Absolutely.
We all agree.
It's funny. I didn't know you guys were speaking on this.
We really didn't.
Had a discussion just the other day, and bottom line, it got heated, and I was like, I was asked sort of my 2 cents. I don't jump in nobody's business, but I was asked, I said, look, especially dealing with blended families. Well, my kids have a standard. They know anybody under my roof, and I'm taking care of, everybody looks to that standard.
Dad, I like that.
That's even the kids on the street. Your parents know you on, you down, they down here. Guess what?
That's good.
If your parent allows you to come down here,
They allow whatever happens.
Whatever happens. So if you want your kid to
Keep
get
them
chastised, you want keep them around.
And that's another way. Viewers, that's another way to look at that. We didn't say that.
But that's old school.
That's old school, and that's very, very yeah, we all agree, but we didn't go into detail.
But the same
like
thing
that.
with Durran is saying, they give just as much love.
Well, by them being there.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the
So
love.
it's the same thing. It's the same thing that we were all pretty much saying. If you're gonna love my child unconditionally, that means that sometimes you're gonna need to chastise them. You have to.
A lot of times my chastisement, because my kids know my chastisement comes with a look. And the fear of God, boy, it's like, oh, you know what? It's as if they done got 33 strikes,
Yeah.
because of the look.
So you say every chastisement is different.
Right,
Yeah.
correct.
In the situation.
Right, the
Every
situation, right. Right.
Okay, we move from there, and we talked about
So we were talking about
Eugene Pool, mess that up.
talking about how
stress.
how
When you go to work? But God, this is my earbud. She be pushing my butt. So we talking about she made me forget what we talking about. Help me out.
But basically, no. So we're talking
Silly
about
baby
we're
moms.
talking about baby moms and baby fathers and how we can how a child can manipulate each home and
Sure.
how they manipulate the other parent and why parents can't just be parents and they're always thinking about how. So if he and her have a child. She wants to have his household move the way she wants it, and maybe vice versa. And we were talking about
Well,
that.
look here. None of my baby mamas running my house.
Well, I simply said that. That was real simple.
Period.
I put it in a just real simple
Neither
way.
am I going to tell them
What they're doing
what,
there.
what to do with theirs.
I said,
However-
I love I know, I told my baby mom, I know you love your kids. That's all right. Listen, you ain't gonna kill them, so I'm good.
Right.
I ain't never gonna question.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get the other way around, they want to kind of tell you
Yeah, right.
where to go, how
Correct.
to go, when to
Correct.
do, how to do.
That's
And
the
you're
issue
whoa.
I have. That's the issue I have. And to your point,
It's all made that.
some kids can play.
No,
well-
I said,
I never did that.
Well, that's the problem.
yeah, I wonder why y'all baby daddies left y'all.
'Cause they
They left us.
That's another show. That's another show.
So we ain't even got enough time tonight.
Okay, now y'all
Next week.
y'all know y'all in the seat. Get punishment from me because y'all was in the seat.
In respect of my first son's father, he was with me. He had to deal with me. Let's say that. And I was in my teens.
Oh, all the men say they can see that. That's something the men ain't mean that.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. He was a really good guy before me, and
Wow.
he was not stable after.
Well-
that way.
Wow, that's honesty. See, that's why.
When it came to my kids,
why go on the show? You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna give it to you raw now.
I'm dead
This
serious.
one right here. This.
I told you, I don't know who allowed her on the show,
Oh
Eric.
my God.
Like, I mean,
Yeah, no, listen, I know I posted sons.
you look like you was hard to deal with.
I wasn't.
A headache. You a headache now, and I ain't your man. I'm almost like tired now. You got me sweating.
No, I'm the
No,
easiest going person that you ever want. I am.
Why all the person always say that about
I
themselves?
am. You can take a poll.
No, I'm not.
But
Well, how many we got to take
I
roll from?
only have one. I only have one. I was one and done.
What it done? Got one time?
Yeah.
One done. One. She's
And-
21 and an ass.
You look 22. Like, she's 21.
She'll be 22 in August. But
Okay, that's what's up. And you're not with, you're no longer with.
absolutely not.
Nope. Was it bad on you or bad on him or both?
Yo.
It was just collectively. You know how you
That's
just go
honest.
hard.
That's honest.
You just go hard.
You know what? I
That's
can
honest.
really appreciate
I love
that.
women that's honest, man. Like, they just honest.
We outgrew each other,
I can
Right.
and
appreciate
it was just not.
Could y'all, if now,
Absolutely not.
with the growth, you
If
made
he
Eric,
was-
you made Eric spit his drink out. with the growth you have now, and with the
No.
growth you see he have,
No, I
Some
mean,
things- Some things
he
are
hasn't
just
grown.
best
he has
left
grown
alone.
up because you know what?
He hasn't grown.
If he was the last man on this earth, and we needed to procreate to keep the human race going, it
It's
would
dying
die
off.
off.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And it's not any it's not because I don't like him.
Just tell her, just spike his drink, you know.
He just is we're good.
Okay.
We have
I
a
think everybody-
amicable,
I
you
think
know.
everybody has someone like that in life. If-
I got two. Both my babies.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I was
Y'all be, the world would be messed up if we had
Yeah,
kids.
No, I was
It
definitely
happened.
I was the issue with Shafiq's dad, for sure. And he was like I said, he was such a kind guy, and I was so abusive. I was physically abusive. Like
You?
No, physically abusive. I really was.
So,
I was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I just don't see
But
that.
then when I left,
This is my girl. Listen, me and her kicking out here, so I'm hard
and
on
then
her.
when I left, I was like, hey, yo, I ain't had this big by myself. So guess what? Summertime came. I packed my stuff up. I dropped my shit off. I said, I'll be back at the end soon. He's like, oh, I got things to do. I said, you ain't got that much stuff to do. I got to go. I called once a week, dropped some cash off, bought some groceries. Take care of your shit.
Oh, so the unit up. One thing I hear in this that I like, you didn't uproot the child and say, child, come with me.
Oh, no. He was always with me. But I believe that I am not the only parent in this situation.
Amen.
You understand?
Amen.
So me snatching your child from you is not my goal. Now, don't get me wrong. Most men are used to that. So when you have to,
You should have known better.
so when you,
Eric ain't bring my brains. Yeah, I was going through a lot. Somebody, I mean, what was it, right?
so when you have to, when you have to say, okay, you and I are not going to work. At some point, we need to understand that we're still parents. You understand? And I just made it as clear as possible. I'll be back at the end of the summer. I'll drop him off in a couple months. I'll come back a month later. You don't have money, you got time. My son had all the newest stuff. I paid child support. And guess what? When my son became of age, because everybody's like, oh, don't do that, don't do that. Oh, you messed up. I said, no. My son has to make the decision that he doesn't want to be with his father. That's not my job. You understand what I'm saying? My job is to give my son that opportunity.
You need to teach class.
No, honestly.
No,
when my son got to a certain age, he
At
was
this
like,
point, at this point,
you need to
Yeah,
teach
she-
a
and-
female
I
class.
swear to God.
She-
I swear,
she-
but when we
Because
used to talk,
that-
I used to get on Facebook and I used to be like, who is this woman? Is this a woman? Like women don't think like this.
That's the resolution.
Right.
That's
Some
the
woman needs
resolution.
to reach out to some of the women that
Oh,
care.
stop, Eric. I need you to go ahead and look at the camera and say that. This is a resolution.
This
Older women,
need to.
I'm sorry.
That's where it has to come from.
Yeah, but I wasn't older when I was doing this. I
No,
was
but you
we said older
mature
in
now.
maturity,
Oh.
Your
not just
growth.
older in age.
Where your
maturity.
growth is coming from. You have to give that wisdom to someone. You have to pass it on.
Right. Yeah, no, it's not my job.
I don't think it's necessarily older women because
Mature.
Mature.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
mature.
Because when I had Maya, I could have cared less about financial support because I knew that I
How
was
old
in a
are
position.
How old are you?
I had her when I was 25 and
And how
when I
old are you
was 47.
Okay, so
Shut up.
Nah, I said the same thing. You gotta talk about it, but
Yeah.
nah, 47.
No, I'm not.
For real?
But yeah, so
Wow.
That's your blood.
Y'all feel me?
that's fine.
That's all.
That's not cool.
That's all.
How I feel me? I ain't know. This is a shame. This is a shame.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, I'm not
Is
feeling
that last week?
I miss Eric. He been told me. You did tell me that. You kept saying
Is that last week?
yeah.
So
I don't like her, so that's probably why. You like that? Like I read, like I heard from day one. But go ahead, no. Go ahead.
no, but like I think it's just like you said, a certain level of maturity because I didn't care about financial support. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I was in a position where I could take care of myself.
Well, let me just
It was
say
just
this.
about time for me.
That's
So,
exactly
right, but again,
And he
you guys-
never had time.
I get it. There's a different breed of women nowadays. 40-ish and under. They don't have that mindset that you guys have.
That's why I
You
said
that
that
shit
shit needs to teach
You cut from a different cloth.
Give a class.
I tell you, wait, we in regards to that, we agree.
But I don't think that's something that you can teach.
It is.
But
I think
But-
it is too.
but
it's
so.
because
I think that it would be.
it has to come from somewhere.
Right.
It should come from the home.
A
So
planet
if you don't get it
seed,
from the
planet seed,
home,
that's right.
from your mom, from your aunts, from someone you look up to, you have to get
get
that
it from somewhere.
realization from
But I-
someone.
Like
But
the little
I'm
girl with
saying,
the child support
I
that I was
never-
telling you about. I was
like,
like,
I
girl,
never-
don't do that.
I don't know. I never had, let's just say,
And
like,
then, you didn't come up in that atmosphere. You didn't come up in that way because we've always been responsible.
Right. That's
To
a
take
good
care of
thing.
our own.
That's a great thing. That's a
Okay,
great
so
thing. That's
your
a great thing.
background, again, like we say your background, you gotta look into the background.
Right.
That's
When
a great
someone
thing.
knows your background, to where you're gonna take responsibility, they take advantage of the situation.
Right.
And that's what happened. Because you are responsible, or we
Right.
have been responsible, people take advantage because they know you're not gonna let your child go without.
well, yeah,
Whether they do it or
Yeah.
not, I know no matter how much you bitch about it, whether I do it or not, I know you're gonna do it because you're not gonna let he or she go without it.
Right.
So that you know what I mean?
For me, I grew up in a. So I'm gonna just put it out there. I grew up in a crack house. My mother was on drugs. She was a Black Panther. From there, they started, when they put crack cocaine into the community. So she went from that to drugs. I lived in a crack house. His brother doing it, and it was not the easiest lifestyle. And the things that happened to me and my brothers and sisters were not the it wasn't fair. It wasn't appropriate. Like in some cases you're like, yo, you shouldn't have had children. But understand that people's lives, things happen. And people change and things change for people. And we had really good lives up until a certain age and then everything went downhill. So as I grew up raising my siblings, it was 4 of us. As I grew up raising my siblings, I've watched my uncles and aunts like try to fight my mother to come take me, right? But they wanted to leave my brothers and sisters. There was no possible way that knowing what I was dealing with, I was gonna leave and let them have to take the brunt of that situation. That wasn't happening. So as we grew up and as we grew older, there were certain things about being a mother, being a parent. And my mother was a good mother. Let me tell you something. One crack or not, she did her best. You understand? And I'm never gonna take that from her. You understand? Because she had to deal with what she had to deal with too. And I tell her that right now to this day.
Right.
You know, I let my mother know, I say, listen, I'm 44 years old, about to be 45. If I sit here and blame you for everything I got going on, I ain't never gonna grow up. I'm never gonna be the woman that I should be. You understand? I said, because of you, I am the woman that I am. But growing up, that's when I said to myself, you know what? We put too much emphasis on what we think the other person should be doing, instead of what we need to do to make sure that our children have healthy lifestyles and healthy households. You understand what I'm saying? As an adult, if I could bite my tongue, you think I don't, me and my son's father, you think that sometimes I don't look and I don't want to be like, yo, I'm gonna rip your face off. But guess what? Being out of control is not optional for my kid. It's not an option for him. I have to make a decision for him. And that's not a decision that I have, I can't make it. And though my son says some of the slickest things to me, because he's under the impression that everything in my household is 50-50. When I say that other people are doing, it's not my job. And they're like, oh, your daddy don't do this. Your daddy don't, that's none of my business. When he gets to a certain age, he's gonna be like, I'm good on you.
Yeah.
Just like my first son, he got to a certain age. I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna drop you to daddy's house. He's like, I don't wanna go to daddy's house. Guess what? Stay home then.
Well, so this is the thing where we're extremely passionate about this. Again, you guys, a lot of women don't have that mindset because the division comes where you're using the kids as weapons of mass destruction. Oh, your daddy ain't this, your daddy ain't do this, your daddy don't do that. Well, what you're doing now is that you're aiding and abetting, and you're trying to turn the kids against the dad. It's going to happen. Period.
It's
right.
right.
It's
Right. It's a cycle. It's going to happen. Period. Now,
Exactly.
it's going to happen. Period. But this subject in regards to rearing a kid, bringing a kid up, man, we already know, boy.
Yes, the kids'
Well,
decision. It's definitely.
So what does that lead to?
In terms of
If the mom is telling her daughter that or her son that about the father, what is that teaching her? She's gonna do the same thing.
oh, well, certainly.
It's damaging. It's
Well,
damaging
it
to the
doesn't
child.
even have to be about her dad. She grows with that behavior, talking about people. Period.
Men, period.
Men.
Right.
It's
Men,
men,
period.
it's men,
Right.
period.
Not
So
men.
that's where it has to stop.
exactly. Men.
Instead of mothers teaching their daughters respect and how to be a woman, how to carry herself as a woman, prepare them to be a wife so they can be a wife and have a productive relationship. It's not going to be productive if I'm bashing.
Exactly.
And
And
you
guess
know
what? The bashing is just going to continue.
That's something I never did.
I don't know.
Like in my head, I had said so many nasty things,
Right.
but I never expressed that.
No,
In front of
I
my
never,
child.
yeah,
That's
I
right.
never.
And
know.
you don't do it either. I
No,
don't want to hear you say
yeah.
nothing about
Yeah.
his father.
But
That's your dad.
again, the percentage, the ratio of women with that mindset
Very few.
is very slim to none. Like we just had a whole 3-part series on this joint.
You just saying
But broke, deadbeat men are gonna be just that, and mothers, you don't need to do anything
Let
at
them
all.
for themselves. That's right.
They're gonna show themselves.
Don't.
Now, on the flip side, the men that may not be able to give 100 plus or 100
Meaning,
by giving this period being there. But if they're able to give,
What's your excuse why you can't be?
hold on. Again, some men may not be. Again, they're different dynamics.
okay.
Being, we've all experienced having some kind of kids with us, and they want to be around us without giving them any kind of money.
That's the way it's supposed to be. That's what raising children is about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, in today's society, baby mamas bash their dads
Because what?
because
Finances.
it's finances and they're bitter over whatever situation is, and then now, oh, your daddy ain't this, your daddy ain't that, he ain't that and this.
That's the worst thing you can do to a child, man.
But what I'm
That's
saying
the
is,
worst thing, because you know
and
what?
why is that?
They get
Because
complexes on
it's
that
a
too.
trend. It trickles down. Mom, auntie, we saw this behavior coming from someone.
Generation.
Oh yeah, just bring it up.
Okay, so until someone takes a stand and says, I'm gonna teach my daughter this is not the way to do this.
Well, it takes us as brothers too. Look, that's why.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
You know, if you see someone that's not doing their part as a father, and if you
That should be
notice,
a conversation.
and you know this person, that's a conversation that if you have that relationship, you pull them to the side and try to have to make them see, look, this kid needs you more than the mother don't need. Okay, don't help fuel the fire that the mom is putting gas on it. Don't ignite it by not being there, because you defeat your purpose.
The thing is, I think that with that being said, when you have a parent or you have one parent that is that makes it their business to try to push the child away from the opposite parent, you as a parent need to always be there for that child.
If you can.
You, when I say that, I mean,
even harder.
I
You have to work
don't
even
mean,
harder.
when I say that, I mean, be there for that child, meaning even if they just want to talk. Even if they just want to sit up on you. Even if you don't do anything to push them away. You know why? Because then they not only have to hear how terrible you are at home, they have to deal with everything else you got going on. You understand? And again, at some point, you have to decide, I am a parent. You understand? And what my child needs is way more important than my feelings. What my child needs is way more.
More women need to hear that.
Exactly.
But the thing
Men
about it
too,
is that,
though.
well,
I'm
yes,
talking about men because we
you're
were talking
right.
about the situation.
Men too.
Yeah.
Men too.
I just think not everybody can be a parent because there are some people that just lack parenting skills.
That's true. They get credit for that.
And I don't even think that can be taught. And I'm only saying that because I see it every day because of where I work and what I deal with.
So you don't believe parenting is a thing that can be taught?
I believe in nature versus nurture. You know what I mean? Like I think it's inherent. Like some people inherently have the instincts to be a parent and know how to parent. And then I feel that there are some that just, regardless, just don't. They lack that.
But then again,
It's
the ones that lack that, you have to look back to their
Right.
They learn from the lack thereof.
with their parents.
Right.
I don't think
Their
it's
uncles.
necessary. I don't think it's necessarily a learned behavior in a sense. I mean, I do think, you know,
Everything
What
is
you
there
do,
is taught.
yeah. They gotta pick it up from somewhere.
The reason why I say,
You don't grow up and just say,
well, yeah, okay, so yeah, you're right. So it depending on the situation, because okay, I'm gonna just make it relatable to myself. Like I knew the person that I was with, that he wasn't a good person. Not saying that he lacked in character, like you know, like or
He wasn't fit to be a dad.
exactly.
So
And that was and I think you know once you do, you know, have kids or whatever, it's all about accountability too.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I knew he wasn't, you know, up to par and early on, but you get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, that's
So,
it happens.
you know,
Listen, we all been
so-
we listen, we all
Yeah.
Done been there. God knows I've been there because, man, boy, let me tell you.
Yeah. You get caught up.
Let me,
You get caught up.
man, but again, it's still learned. Because it's either you learn from what you see or the lack thereof what you don't see. Either way, it's taught. You
But he
teach
was
your,
the only one that turned out.
well, again,
Because
Brother-
he has siblings.
that
There's a bad
that boy, yeah, right.
Absolutely.
And
Y'all
every
understand
family.
this? Every person that's not up to par to what we want them to be is not a bad apple. You have to understand that everybody takes in situations totally different, and everyone shuts down and or decides to go in a different direction. So we can't call him a bad apple. We don't really understand or know where his mental state
But we
is.
can
Or
still hold him accountable.
I'm not taking that away.
No,
what
that's
I
what I'm saying.
want to say though, what I want to say is that even if we do have men who are not doing what's right by their children, we can't assume that they're just bad people.
No,
You
they're
understand
not
what I'm saying?
bad people. They're
You
just not responsible.
No.
It's
You know
not
what?
even not
It's
even
not even
that.
that. I think what I can contribute his lack of support with is just maturity. It was just a lack
Some
of
people just don't grow up, man.
Yeah, and he just
And
needed
just-
time to
And
grow.
just don't want to accept responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Shafiq's dad wasn't mature either.
Yeah.
But he was mature enough them 2 months, and then
But
them
what-
6 months I was dropping him off because guess what? You don't have a choice. Once you impregnated me, you needed to grow up. Now, what you do with your other children, he had a son before my son. My son was the second child. He always was with my son when my son was young. He had 3 other children behind my child
So, man,
that he never saw, but my son was the only one there. Why?
Why? Because, again,
Because I didn't have the
you.
baby by myself.
the other baby moms may not, Charles' mother may not have did what you did in area of the baby.
No, I didn't. Hold on. Wait.
Hold on.
I didn't airmail nothing.
Let me clarify. Hold on. Let me clarify.
You did. If you know what he's saying, if you actually
I didn't
did,
airmail nothing. He's his father, and that's
You
they still did. It don't take away from being his father, but what he's saying is absolute. It's not even a guess.
Right.
It's absolute.
It doesn't need to get.
It don't take away from
it.
him being.
It's what it is.
It is what it is.
It's just that cartoon and what the bird that got the baby in his mouth. The story.
That
The
sounds
story.
good,
And
but
It
that's
sounds, but it is.
Well,
but-
say a different term because
well,
I didn't
well-
just airmail that dude. I ain't had his baby by myself.
Well, we all know that. Again,
But
it's a term. You don't get caught up in terms because it's
No,
it's just what it is.
but that's what the woman species do.
Which goes back to
Which goes back
But
to exactly
that's-
what
Wait,
I did a check.
But does that hold
That's
on,
what I'm
hold on.
saying. The word check.
But
You see how terms throw them off?
Does that-
Now,
does
shit
that
got
term-
everything that
Okay,
was
no,
being
no.
talked about.
Does
because
that
the
term sound
Yeah, it sound
even
crazy.
logically?
Yeah, it sounds
It
crazy.
sounds like I'm just dropping my kid
Yeah.
off and I don't give a dog about my kid.
That's not.
Well, how supposed to get it? How
How did he get it?
on you? How did they get on you? How did it turn?
He said people don't
He
dare
said-
drop their kid.
No,
That's me.
How did that get on you not caring about the child? How did you even consume? How did you even like mentally think that that meant you?
If I
like you
airdrop
and
something, if I airdrop
that
something,
got nothing to do with you.
listen, if I airdrop something, I don't care about it.
No. You see how I turn? You see how I check?
All right, well, good.
And
All right,
airdrop? You see how the words?
Well,
I didn't
wait.
like the term and I misunderstood it, no problem. Go
Okay,
ahead.
what he
So
was
I
saying
dropped my
is-
shit off. Go ahead.
What he was saying is that you made him responsible.
You forced her.
Yes.
You forced
And
him.
not a lot of women are.
Not a lot of
You
women-
said it yourself. You forced him.
Exactly.
You made him grow up.
be responsible. You made him.
Exactly. Whereas
Because
other
you said he didn't do that with the other kids.
He did.
And your kids, what he did with. Why he ain't doing other
Why?
kids?
Because the other one wasn't consistent.
right. Or neither were they boastful or bold to
Drop off.
Right. Drop off.
Or maybe they
Present.
Yeah,
DHL,
drop, whatever you wanna
GPS,
call it.
whatever you want to call it. Just, bring the baby to your baby dad. That's all it is. No matter how you cut mustard, you made it. You did it.
You did, right?
Yeah.
Period. That's applause to
Which
you.
is a good thing.
Right. That's right. It's good to you. So don't get offended and because don't get caught up in terminology because the principle of the matter it stays the same.
Yeah.
That's kudos to you. I'm bigging you up. We need.
That was a perfect example, though. We needed you to say that so we can make it even more clear to every woman that's everyone to every she know I can do it like that. Every woman that's observing and that's going to pass by this I'm gonna make sure I take this clip, this perfect clip, and use this as my example to why women don't listen. They don't
I was listening,
comprehend.
Again, I took it the way
They
I took
take
it. You
exactly what they want to hear.
It was
Let me
like-
tell you what she said. What was said?
You said-
You just had to clarify.
You took it. I took it the way that. No. That's not what I
know.
meant. Airdrop was what it was, and I'm like, wait, hold up, what? So you clarified that that's not what
Yeah,
it
that's
meant.
true.
I said, okay, I got you, and we moved
Yeah.
on.
That is true.
Communicate.
But
Yeah.
what I wanted to, I didn't just put this out as well since we're on there, because even before I was like, well, hold on, let me clarify. You said what you was
I was fly high.
right. What? Hold on, that's the whole.
I was fine.
But listen,
This is what we
This
do
is what
with
we're talking about.
problems.
period. But this is the
I'm not-
communication.
They just don't get like
Well,
that. I'm just saying. Okay.
not whether maybe what? Hey,
Waiting for your life over there.
And it is.
Don't give him.
Hey, be it baby mama
You know?
or
Mamas don't
no.
they just
That's what we even spoke about last week, past couple weeks. It's just interpretation and communication. Giving the man the opportunity to explain instead of popping off. Black women.
Hey, no, listen. There you go.
Hey, hey.
And I know that y'all are taking this as
well, you know, I
I
got it sitting on the trouble at home.
That's what it is.
I know that y'all are taking this as a joke, but the reality is maybe you should watch what you say or have a tact about the things that you state. If you know that certain things are triggers, don't throw out triggers. You understand what I'm saying? Like as a hold on. As a woman, you understand? And as a woman who's trying to learn something on the panel, that's why we're doing resolutions. The same thing that you're saying about us and how we're not listening and how we jump in and make it about us and this, that, and the other is the same thing when we're talking about triggers. Because I get that you didn't mean it, but when I hear airdrop, that makes me seem like, wait a minute, I'm trying to ensure that my son has a mother and a father, whether it's the best situation or not. It's not my job to take my child away from his father. That's his father's decision. When he messes up, he needs to deal with that with his son.
Right, I get that. I know, that's
so
fine.
you have
But
to be
nobody-
careful with
but
triggers too, so you
nobody
can't blame it on
knows.
being a black woman or
Oh,
nothing like that.
So nobody knows again.
Go ahead.
So now this is new territory. You understand? So you can't. This will all comes.
Talk to the black man.
Right. Period. I'm speaking for everybody.
Black people.
Right.
Right now, we're talking about black people.
This is new ground. Nobody knows this is a trigger for you.
Oh,
Hold on.
hold on.
Hold on.
This panel right here.
Hold on.
No, this is very good.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Right now, I'm trying to explain to you, and you're not allowed.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
That's the problem I'm trying to tell y'all, period. Where conflict, we talk about resolution.
You're right.
This is a prime example of resolution. No matter what you're trying to say, you got to give the other person the opportunity to clarify. So,
listen,
before you even jump the gun, you know what? Give Kenya that opportunity to clarify. Oh, you know what? Gotcha. She clarified what I would have thought, what I may have even taken offense to, instead of me popping off. By giving me, I'm saying, hey, just hold on a second. Just let me
resolution.
explain.
We're talking about resolution.
This is all resolution.
Attention.
This is
good resolution.
If it's one thing I'm really good at, it's called, I'm an expert. Subject expert is conflict resolution. And all it comes down to is lowering your egos and listening. Sometimes, right, comprehension, right. Okay,
There, because you can listen all day long.
right. But that's
All
what I'm
day
saying.
long. But why I say listen and don't hit nothing
If it's
because
not-
my
But-
mind just had to shut
This is
down.
why I'm saying that to even address that, you have to listen with your heart. When you listen with your heart, if it don't impact your heart, then guess what?
It ain't never gonna.
It ain't never gonna resonate with you, period.
I'm just saying.
I think now with that, I just realized because there are
We want you to.
there are people like me who are emotional, so I can't listen with my heart. I need to listen with my ears.
So again, it's
And
still,
then I
it's,
can
I'm
take
emotional
that.
too.
it's
I'm
still,
on that person
So when something like you said, like we just saw it. You said one thing, and I'm like, yo, what? That was emotional. That wasn't the fact that I was listening. You understand? So sometimes, I guess it depends on the person. Yes, listen with your heart. Meaning, when you're about to do something out of pocket, you need to listen to your heart.
right,
Hold up.
true.
But when you're listening to someone who's trying to explain something to you, use your mind, not your heart. Because if they're saying something that, when I say bothers you, I mean, people don't like to be corrected, right? People don't like to be corrected.
I like correction.
But
I
I'm
like
not
correction.
talking
You
about.
check me in.
Correction
I'm not talking
is
about.
very
I'm talking about in general. People don't like
in general. It is.
People don't like to be corrected.
I don't
because-
mind. You know,
This is a whole other topic.
But you know, I don't mind being redirected.
Yeah, I being redirected. Check.
I don't like being checked.
See, now this is
Real.
see, but you see what I'm trying to explain about those trigger words.
and-
You know that check is a trigger word, but you constantly are throwing it out there, and that's where you have to decide. Okay, am I going to keep triggering this
That's a
particular
lack of
action
respect.
because we've made it clear that saying
okay, I need
check
to
is-
address that. That's you're good then. This was we're supposed to be over, y'all. I just want to let y'all know. But see,
Sorry,
because of Gloria, she know how to just prime me up,
oh,
and now she got me all in my because see now I want to address that. So if you do know that this may happen to be a trigger word, that we have in relationships, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everything in general. In between.
any relationship.
If you know this happens to be maybe a trigger word, it's your responsibility to not use that terminology.
If
the
you care
person.
about the other person, you should.
If
If you feel like the point that you're trying to make is worth them being riled up, then do what you got to do. But that's on you.
I like it.
You understand what I'm saying?
I like
But
it.
if you know that this is a trigger word and it's really not
If you
that
know.
serious,
If you know,
Well, if you know, right?
that's the point. That's the
yeah,
point
that's what I
you're
mean.
saying.
You're right.
So if
You're
you
right.
know that this is a trigger word and it's really not that serious, you can't use another word. There's a whole dictionary out there.
I understand.
You understand?
I-
This particular word is not necessary. That's like when
So
That's what
that's a mature thing to do.
That's a true thing. Cause I always do.
I-
Matter of fact, I'm Gundy. I'm
And
Gundy on
also
purpose.
respecting the person that
Because
you're talking.
that's your
I feel like
because sometimes it's not even
I was
worth it.
disrespected, so I'm gonna use the trigger words purposely because I feel like I'm being
I do that
disrespected.
too.
So that's a great point you made.
I agree with that.
I need to mature in that area.
Too.
So that's why I asked
agree
you
with
that because it that's personal.
Again,
Talk to me.
it's new territory for all of us. That
Yeah.
not knowing also to that degree. When, for instance,
Resolution. Did y'all hear that? I need y'all to hear that. Resolution. If you know the trigger word, don't use it.
If you know whatever
Friends,
you're doing
girlfriend,
is triggering,
boyfriend. If you
triggering
know
bad,
that's the word that triggers
just
that
don't
other
do it.
party, you know,
Even if act,
do
even
your
if it's
best.
an act,
Out of maturity,
just-
don't
yeah.
do it.
Even if it's an act, if it's
Because
not
if
that
you're doing
serious,
it,
it's not necessary.
you're not respecting it.
And you
You
should.
don't care about the
You-
other person's feelings.
Right.
And you should care enough about the other person to not trigger them.
Because you know you're gonna get a negative reaction already.
let's be realistic. You obviously care about the person because you're triggering.
no,
No, all right. So wait, hold on.
no.
Okay, hold on.
What
I'm
are you
hold on.
gonna
I'll
do?
explain.
Yeah.
Let me
I'm
explain.
like,
So, like you said, you do that all the time. If somebody does something, you say trigger words because
not but just to a certain individual. All the time, I do it all the time to certain people
that's
because I know you
because
you aggravate them.
because you care for them. And whether it is like you're like, I have to meet you too, or whether it's like, oh, you came for me, I'm coming for you. But 9 times out of 10, you don't care about a stranger's trigger word. If you feel like you're gonna cause the whole room in an uproar, you're not gonna be bothered. So why feel like the person that you are actually triggering, which is 9 times out of 10 the person you care about, you know, or you're looking for a reaction from, why do them that way? If you can respect the stranger over here because you don't want them in an uproar, why put the person that you're supposed to care about in an uproar?
because the person.
Because you're looking for a reaction.
Yeah.
Because you have that relationship.
Yeah, but
Your reaction is gonna be negative.
But
Most
it's
of
just to get a reaction. Though a lot of
well,
times people just do
sometimes-
it just for reaction.
Sometimes now
Well,
there's certain trigger words. I don't care who you are.
Very
Because
true.
listen, because you call all y'all on kind of call me a nigga. I'm like, well, all right, cool. But let's
We
somebody else call.
ended the show on that last week. You left early. We ended on
Let
that.
somebody else call me a
We
nigga.
ended on that. I'm so glad you brought it up because
Let
we're gonna
somebody else
ease right into that territory. Because we talked about it and then we ended and you wasn't
I
here.
didn't even think y'all spoke about it.
And we did. And we ended the show on that. And I actually cut it off. I made my point and hurry up and end the show.
You have to
Because,
hurry up.
yeah, because I didn't want to hear them no more. I was tired of hearing them, their opinions on it. But we talked about that. And I want to go ahead and ease into that. Since we're talking about trigger words, we're talking about things that can be said by certain people and not by certain people. I said that culture, relationship determines what can and can't be said. Glow said you shouldn't say it, period, no matter who you are, culturally or not. I said I don't agree because
And I said,
I can say
said
that
it,
to
and
my
the thing
to
is,
you,
I said it,
and
I
we
say
can
it,
know.
but I shouldn't say it because remember I was saying I say it. Remember when I was
Yeah,
saying
you did.
and I was like, these is
I don't know
things
why
that
we
I need
shouldn't
to
say it.
approach.
I believe culturally I
I
can't
need
say
to fix
something
for myself.
that somebody else can't say. Just like relationship, I can say something to you that somebody else can't say.
Right.
I believe that to be true. He said too that you nigga. We talking about nigga, and I said culturally
It was
we.
the FTCH too. We talking
It was
about-
that too, and I said women say it to each other,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a culture thing. She was saying it's blatant disrespect. I'm like, it's not from women that's on that level.
Right, they don't
Bitch, and all they do that with each other.
But
They're not disrespecting each other.
That's a culture.
They're not disrespecting each other, but I just don't
That's a
think that it should
generational
be.
thing.
Yeah.
It should be
So my
something.
question is it something that we can do culturally that do you believe, okay, that it's something we can do culturally that somebody else, another culture, can't do?
I don't think any culture should.
I don't think any culture should do it. either.
Totally disagree.
You know
with
why? Let me tell you why. You know what?
I
We don't
wanna
see
hear
white
this.
people. We don't see white people talking about something. What's up, cracker?
I don't care what white people do. They don't have a culture.
No. The thing
White
is,
people don't have a
What
culture.
I'm saying to you is this. That we don't hold this. We said it the same. We said about it the same time. There's a certain disrespect that we will hold with each other, and then we're looking at somebody else like, oh, you're gonna disrespect me like that. We have to set some sort of standards. And I'm not saying this because it's like, oh, you said it. No, I say it. I've said it
I just
before.
got a question.
Disagree.
If a white person calls you a nigga, what's your response?
That's a bad question.
Terrible question.
No, it's a good question.
No, where this is.
Terrible question.
And
What's your response?
4, 3, 2.
One.
That's a shame. The whole
She gonna flatten this whole.
Gotta get the balls.
No.
Gotta get the balls.
Okay, so
I just feel like when okay, so we use the GGA and a white person may call
they can't use that
I
now.
agree, but I'm saying it's derogatory either way.
Either way.
But,
Right.
but what I'm
You just
saying is
accept.
right, and it should be accepted from one and not the other. It should be a
Don't agree. Don't agree.
So look,
Don't
I understand the derogatory connotation of it because of our roots from where it initiated from because of slavery, so on and so
But
forth.
they don't say nigga,
Hold
they
on.
say
Wait,
girl.
The word doesn't
Hold
come from there.
But no, we talking about we
Regardless
gotta
of where
get
it comes
that
from,
deep.
right.
Because we talking about
Derogatory sense.
Yeah,
Right.
whether nigga or nigger, whatever, it's the N word.
I don't think anybody should say
Guess what? I could be like,
Why not?
nigga, what's up, son?
Tell me why we can't do that.
Hey,
I just don't think it's
No, give me a. You can't just think. You gotta
that's,
just be okay.
that's the way I
That's some-
feel. That's
You
the way
gotta
I
put
feel.
Let me
Factual stuff behind what you're saying.
Do you have actual
Take
So-
the
no,
feeling
no,
out of it.
Mama, let me ask you
do you
a
have
question.
statistical data?
Yes, I have everything you need.
Her
Actually,
Okay, Margaret, let me ask you a
her factual fact behind that statement is the fact that she doesn't like the word.
I don't like
So
it.
if she doesn't like the word, that
Feel,
means that she
feel,
does not
feel.
feel. If she
I
doesn't
just
like
don't
the
like
word,
it. I
she
don't
doesn't
like
feel
it.
it should be.
I don't like it either. If you say it, a white person says it, a
Why?
Spanish person
Say
says
why,
it,
why?
I don't
She
like
doesn't.
it.
So why?
It's a personal-
It's a
personal
negative
preference.
word.
and what did that arise from? What did
I just-
why do you call it a negative word?
no, it can't be ignorant meaning that you don't know.
Absolutely.
So they do know.
So I want to know why you feel it's a negative word.
Let me ask you a
Or you just going off society.
No.
So
Well, I feel- me,
Why do you feel it's a negative word?
I just don't like it. Because it has so much negativity behind it. I feel like it's so much
It's so-
stereotyping
Well, let me ask
behind
you.
it.
Let me ask you this. So let me ask you this.
That's, I mean, that's
Is
good.
you- Are you okay with a stranger walking up to a woman that you care for? Let's say mom, sister, brother. Mom, sister, auntie, wife, and be like, "What's up, bitch? What's up, bitch?"
I'm gonna tell you why.
And get no.
I can't
And
answer. No,
their culture is good with it.
no. What
But
you
they're
mean?
like, oh.
What you mean that coach is good with it? What do you mean?
I
You
just
lost
said,
me. Who is what coach you talking about?
Any
I
culture,
lost.
whoever,
Any-
any culture,
any culture.
any culture,
Okay.
because they're good with it because they feel like it's all good. Are you comfortable with that?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
You said a guy calling a woman.
I didn't say
That
that.
you
I said
just
if
said-
someone walks up. I didn't say a guy.
If someone walks up and that's their relationship behind it, I'm perfectly fine with it. That's their relationship. That's a code. That's what they do. If somebody walk up and you walk up and say, bitch, to my wife. That's y'all thing. I wouldn't dare be offended by y'all thing. Why would I be offended by y'all thing? That's y'all vibe. That's y'all vibe. That's not for me to be offended by.
Well, I think it's up to
It's up to the
me personally, I don't like that term either. Like
that's your thing, though.
Right, I get it.
Yeah.
That's just your
just
thing.
preference.
It's your preference.
I've been addressing myself about it. I'm
Right.
sorry,
It's,
not
just,
like the way-
it's each other's preference.
It's definitely preference.
Because
It leans on preference.
Right, it does. It
Because
does.
at the end of the day, we ain't on this panel gonna have a right or wrong answer about it because it's absolute.
Because here it is. We can turn it on and off. Like for instance, the word nigga, we can turn the nigga on and off by who we're around. Just like we can just like we can turn cussing on around who we're around. We know we're around grandma, mama, and whatever, but we ain't cussing at all. Boy, but you get outside, you know what? But guess what? Well, you cussing like a sailor. Our kids do
I
that.
think that's out of respect.
Right, what I'm saying is that
Kids today don't have that.
I think it's respect. Kids don't have that because
Kids
these
today
kids,
don't have
they just do. They on a whole
that.
other level.
They see adults, they just.
Yeah.
that well don't listen.
I've had some kids walk past me at my grandson's football game, and they just.
Well,
I'm like, excuse me.
that's
They
all
just, they don't even see it.
generation.
Well,
That's
what I'm saying.
what I'm saying.
Well,
That's all
again,
generation.
they do it because they know their parents gonna be way across the home. They're not
But
there.
some of them do it in front of their
True,
parents.
and that's true.
It's
And
all
that's true.
generation.
And that's what's
But
allowed.
again, that goes back to the mother setting an example.
And
for
father,
their father. at
more
home.
so.
I can't say that because my kids don't they don't curse like that. They don't even like it. My kids look at me and when I'm cursing and they're like,
But you know what? Sometimes you can get so much of something.
yeah, because my kids
Maybe
don't.
your kids
Even when I
are
go to
getting.
school, my kids will tell
the
me
fact that
before I go to
you
their
know.
school and be like, "Mommy, don't cuss at the teachers." Don't
So
yell
you
at
saying
them."
what? It's not parent?
No, I'm saying you
Because he
can't
said-
necessarily always be the parent because he said it's shown by an example. What I'm saying is my kids used to be like, "Mommy, don't curse at the teachers."
So you saying
don't,
you saying they ain't going by your example? If they went by your example, they'd be cusses.
and what would I do about it? I'd be having to try to correct
Correct
some of
so-
my
so-
stuff.
That's
so-
right. I know. I want
But I'm
everybody to
trying
understand what
correct
you're saying.
myself. Yeah.
Because when I was coming up, I'm older than everybody on the panel now. When I was coming up, a young lady that had a vocal mouth. So,
It was a no.
yeah,
You
That's
didn't want
right.
to deal with it.
do it.
Even when I was growing up, and I still had a vocal mouth.
I think I still-
That's just.
It's true. It was a turnoff.
That's
It's a
a
turnoff.
It still is.
It still is.
Yeah.
It still is.
Yeah.
But
That's like women that smoke.
Yeah.
That's what
What smoke? What?
Anything.
I don't know. That's turn.
That's
Yeah,
like
women
what?
that smoke anything.
Yeah, I
Women that smoke
yeah.
cigarettes always is turn out to me. Like this.
Yeah, I don't. Cigarettes, cigars,
Yes, cigar.
cigars and cigarettes. I don't-
Just,
So look, so here it is. So here it
oh
is.
my God.
So here it is. There's a certain stigma in a class that's associated with
Cigarettes?
a woman that if she doesn't, she loses respect. She's devalued. There's a certain stigma and certain things that come along with that, like you just said.
But let me show you how crazy.
But
Let me
see,
show you how
that
crazy.
goes back to what I was saying.
But
Because the way I was raised.
But going back to your days, see the superstar women that they did smoke cigarettes. That was actually something cute for the woman you see on TV, and she had a little cute little thing, and she pulled a cigarette and talked. Back in the day, back in your days, like black and white
No,
TV.
that was before my time.
Oh, that's what okay.
You talking about Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, back then.
And Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah, back
That was
then that was
before my
something
time.
for them to
What I'm saying is, you know, Sammy and what's Sammy Davis? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they put a cigarette out, and there was some beautiful to see a woman holding a cigarette. Not attractive to me.
But most of them women that people saw to be attractive were behind closed doors were disgusting. You devalued a woman who was real about hers, but you would find value in someone who hid all of their stuff behind closets and closed doors.
Because they don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is this.
Yeah, that's
That's
Because they don't know.
that's great. However, you can't devalue somebody. What I'm trying to say is you can't devalue somebody by the way they speak or how things go for them because
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
That's
can.
absolutely why you.
So
Because if I
that's
hear
an absolute reason why you
It's
do
because
it.
of the respect she or he's having for themselves.
Right.
If you respect
You wait,
yourself,
so you calling each other nigga, it doesn't mean it's disrespectful. So as soon as you like, you got my nigga, I can have deep value for you. Now, oh, you calling each other niggas, y'all.
you can. You can.
Yeah.
No, you actually can. But if you view that personally
right.
as a
That's your
disrespectful
preference.
thing, you can say that's you not my on the level that I
Or
would
you
a
can
man
just
to
say,
be.
look, if you're interested in that person, and let them know this is something that,
No
just
bueno.
ain't right with.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then he or she'll have to change if you mean that much more to them.
Because I'm gonna absolutely value the first thing you do with anybody is what? Do you talk to them or do you see them first?
You see them first.
See them first.
The first thing you do
Yeah. So you,
before you say anything
if
to
I
anybody
deal with a cigarette,
is sight.
I,
Sight of mind is everything first. And then you talk to them.
Yeah,
So but you can already, when you see a person, you already from that very moment what they're doing, and that is already going to attract
perception
you.
is
And
perception is reality. That's what it is.
then you speak to them, and then something may change.
I always struggle with that. That perception is reality. Which is true. I can understand that. But I'm one that always say, well, perception is not always the reality of things.
That's actually true.
Until,
But it's true.
That's after the fact.
After the fact.
Right. Until you really get to know the content. That's
Because if that wasn't true, when you go for an interview, you wouldn't want to dress your best.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Perception is reality.
You're right.
The first reality.
The first reality.
Yeah.
But it's not always the reality because we got tons of us, we don't got jobs, our resume was doctored up, but because of the work experience that we have, exceeded the resume. So when we got in the interview, we was not able to articulate the questions or correspond to what was asked. But when we in that field, we on that job. Oh wow. Wow. Now, wow. That doesn't. They're much more valuable than what was on paper. Vice versa. You put what's on.
If you give them that chance, it depends on.
If you give the chance, right? That's taking us to say, look, let's dig a little deeper. Let's give the chance to see. Let's uncover some stones real quick. Let's turn this over and not let what you see be the end all be all. Give me the benefit of the doubt. Matter of fact, give us the benefit of the doubt. It's just like when a nigga I'm trying to shoot my shot. You may see I'm in a white beater or I'm watching cars, whatever have you. You look at me like, oh, that nigga look. That's thing. Oh, that nigga.
Should you shoot your shot?
Yes.
If you like that.
If you know that you're confident, then
you dress for your surroundings. You're working, so you're gonna work in.
Okay.
You're not gonna go to a club. You're not gonna go to some establishment and a white people. Okay, so that depends on your environment. So if your environment calls for you to wash cars, you got on shorts, okay, then I can accept that because this is the environment that you're
that's true. But once you leave work and you stop by, you got to get some groceries before you go home or whatever have you. Got to go out and make some rounds because once you get home, you ain't coming back out,
So
you run into Ken. You're like, oh my gosh, she caught my eye. You know what? It's either the saying says. It's right. I miss 100% of the shots that I don't take.
Yeah, but guess what? But then what do you do?
Because she
I shoot my shot.
You introduce yourself.
Not
What?
because she looked.
You introduce yourself and say, you got to excuse my appearance because I just came from work. I'm going to identify why
So
I
you old school, so you gonna do that right there. Well, I told you stop giving these youngsters game. Like, you giving that game away.
He's right. But however, you have a lot of women, just when they even see you approaching, they will shut you. They will shut you down.
Stop right there. So look,
your approach.
if the man, I'm sorry, I'm only gonna check the women on this. If the man is in we hit a lot of topics like we're supposed to be talking resolution. Y'all been resolve how y'all resolve. But if the man in the stove, work stove, white beater, like we said, car wash loaders, you don't know, but now don't be answering because you know what I'm saying. You gotta act like you don't know. So really put yourself in that situation, like you can see him, white beater, hat, flip-flops, and he's shooting a shot. His parents
Do you
I'll-
get
Is that,
what?
is that gonna matter?
I'll talk to you depending on how I'm dressed.
Okay,
How you dress?
that's different.
Okay, that's different. I was nowhere near expecting that.
Right.
But I want to know
I
this.
talk to men based on how I'm dressed. So if I'm walking through Publix, let's say I stop and I get something, I'm going out and I'm in a dress. I don't care if you're in a smooth tie. You like, hey, I ain't talking to you.
Wow.
Because I know that the first thing that you see is my body. So I'm
So,
not even.
how would he ever approach you?
Your appearance is what's gonna be.
I know that. I understand
Right.
that, and I choose.
Right,
I
I
say
say
it's your
that I
preference.
don't want that to be the first thing you see about me. Now, if I'm in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and somebody says, "Hey, how are you?" I
That
would
is
actually
different
speak
as
to them.
hell, but I
The reason
definitely.
why is
I
because
understand.
I know that they saw me for something else. They might have saw my eyes. They might have liked my hair.
Just your
They
feet.
might have. Yeah. But what I'm saying
That's very
is,
true.
ultimately,
That's your thing,
there was
yeah.
something else about me, other than the fact that I'm looking stacked out of control.
That's so much pressure
That they
you put
are.
on a man. Because what
I
are you
didn't
supposed
pressure
to
you
do?
to do anything. I didn't
But
say
that's
anything to you. You made your decision, and I say no, thank you. And I didn't. What pressure?
So when
If I never
so,
speak to you
so
again, if I
that
never speak to
means
you again, what
you
pressure
never,
have I
that means you never will have a conversation with a guy when you're looking good. Because now you automatically think, well, he only see me looking good.
And I turn a lot of.
What about you, King?
I mean,
I mean, if I'm in a club,
Go ahead, Kate.
I just feel like
then
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't
That's
necessarily
different.
shoot the person down. Like, I saw them and whatever.
White beater head, flip
I give
flops.
them I give them an opportunity.
Okay, no,
You know what I'm
walk with him. You don't get to say that. You gotta walk it through. So, what is the determining factor?
See, me personally, like you said, when you see someone, of course you see the physical part.
So okay.
It is.
I was just going
I
to
know
you
you
know
see
what?
You see the physical.
So what is it for you? Is it the shoulders for you? Is it the chest?
For the
Is it the
physical?
legs? Right. Remember, mind you, I'm in the white beater. So
I mean, you could be in a white beater and be out of shape.
right.
It's
So
not
that's
even.
what I'm so what is right
So you
again?
don't like that
But
shape.
but I'm already
I'm not saying that.
I'm already excluded if I'm out of shape. You will
She
get the
just, I
time
mean,
of
she
day.
said she ain't saying it.
I don't know.
So maybe look
Oh,
at
I don't think it's.
No, it has to be something. There's no way.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
There's no way that
We
you're gonna tell
we
me.
know we right.
Okay, so
Cause we experienced.
So is it the shoulders? Is it my neck?
it's not the
Is it
shoulders.
my physique? Is it my legs?
Um,
It might just be a.
Is it height?
I don't know.
It's I think I'm gonna say
No, I'm being honest.
It's the approach.
It's the approach.
I
You know,
I
'cause
felt like
you could
it's
be.
how the approach.
It's how you approach me. Like if you're in the store, you could look a hot ass mess. You know what I'm saying? But if your approach is respectful for me, then
I'm unattractive.
okay.
Same scenario.
Okay.
to her preference, because to somebody else's preference.
Right. To
So,
you,
right.
I'm 300 plus pounds.
Okay.
I think we ain't got it.
Hold on. I'm 300 plus pounds.
This small is something
I'm unattractive to you.
That's it.
When I approach you, first off, when you see me coming to you, are you defensive
No, I'm not gonna.
or are you welcoming?
I'm gonna be welcoming. I'm not gonna be rude.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
So I'm shooting my shot.
Despite what.
I'm shooting my shot, and I approach you, and it's it's in a polite way.
Mhm.
You still give me the chance to
Absolutely, I would entertain. Because it could be something beyond the surface that I don't see just by looking at you at the meat counter. I don't know, So, but once maybe possibly change.
I'm different. You different.
I'm just not.
It's all preference.
You're right.
It's all right.
And
You're right.
I'm
You're right.
telling you, and for me, if I'm dressed, depending on how I'm dressed, I'm just gonna shoot you down. I don't even give you the time of day. But if I'm dressed regular, I have to look at your nails.
But I have to say that
I'm looking
even
at your
if
nails. I'm looking at your smile. I'm looking at. There's certain things that if
you know
look
what,
at
now
a
that you
man,
say, now that
you
you
look
said
at a
that.
man and you look at and I see
Come on. Now I just asked you.
No,
She thought about it.
I just
thought
asked
about
you.
it.
Right,
to be
but
honest with you, I can't. If I look at your nails, I don't care where you're coming from. Honestly, at that point, I have
I did the same thing to Ray. I was like,
Yeah,
No,
I don't know what. The thing is, I don't know. It's just I don't know why I look just not my nails.
I do.
I just did it. Like
When I-
when she
when I
said
first
hello,
did it-
like
When I say,
I look at women
I
nails.
look
If
at
they look
your
dirty.
nails, and if they are dirty, that is a no. I look at your smile. If you smile at
so it
me,
doesn't
9 times
matter
out
if
of
you're a
10,
contractor and he's just got off the job and he
for
that don't matter.
me, but you gotta understand, for me, I'm not, that first conversation is not that deep. I don't know that you're a contractor. What I do know is that your personal hygiene
It's me.
may not be matching mine. You understand what I'm saying?
Totally.
So I know right then and there, I'm like, you know what? Even if you're just a person, even if you are a contractor, right? Even if you are a contractor, I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you.
You're so right.
She's saying
You're
that
so right.
everybody has a
You're
physical
so right.
preference.
You're so right.
Sometimes
Everyone.
people do, but not everybody.
Everybody doesn't have a physical
Everybody
preference.
doesn't
They
have
do.
a physical. No, they don't.
Everyone.
No, they
Hold
don't.
on, hold
What?
on. I don't
Oh,
think
no,
I don't
crazy.
think with fat men.
It don't matter.
I don't
It don't matter. It don't matter. You
No.
still got a preference.
You got a preference. Everybody has a preference.
What
Listen, watch it. Let me show you an example. Let me show you an example. I'm not the physical preference for my wife. Don't mean she don't have one. I'm not what she attracted to, like just
But she's typically attracted to.
right. But doesn't mean she don't have one. She have what makes her say,
So everybody has a type. Is what-
that's what we're saying.
Yeah. Okay. So
But
no,
it-
no, I'm just saying.
it don't
Yes,
mean you don't-
everyone does have a
I
type.
can stare
She
at
said,
a dude.
she says,
I
especially
can
women.
stare at a dude.
No,
It's
especially
called your
guys.
eyes.
She can have she can have any preference she chooses. And
No,
you
she's
know what?
saying especially
And if that
women.
is, and if that's her thing, then that's her thing. But I'm gonna tell you right
Everybody
now.
has
You guys have
everyone
some
has everybody
preference.
has physical
Let me
Okay,
tell you,
yes,
I smile,
but
I
I'm
will
just
look
saying,
at a dude and I will
That's
tell
your
my
physical
homegirl,
preference.
physical.
That is physical.
It's a preference.
That's a
That's
preference.
a preference, but I don't.
No matter what, no matter how you cut it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
If
It's
he's
not emotional preference.
if he's articulate, if he's from the hood, if he's a roughneck, it's still a preference. No matter what, it's
You said physical. If he's from the hood, it has nothing to do with his physical.
still a preference. That's what I'm saying.
But physical. So we're talking about physical.
Okay,
So
physical
it's
preference.
not
If
physical.
a
Yeah.
smile is a physical
Smile is
preference,
physical.
then yes.
So guess what?
A smile
If
is
a guy, if my teeth jacked up,
That's a physical preference.
are you gonna give me time of day?
Hell
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hold on,
it all
wait.
depends on how jacked they are.
So this is why I'm
Jacked
going
up,
back.
jacked up.
This is
Jacked up.
so. This is why
I think you just it all amounts to the fact that the
So,
person has to
listen,
be
listen, no.
accountable for
Well,
you.
listen.
If you can look at that, lay down and roll.
I got a
over,
question.
represent-
I got a question.
That's your
Because
preference.
what gets me is that it's the inconsistency.
Thank you, Alice. What is her
Shauna
name? Shauna K.
What
Thank you.
inconsistency?
Thank you,
Because
Shauna K.
I just asked y'all. I just asked y'all. No matter what, if I approached y'all, no matter what, 300 pounds, you just said.
Yes, and I still stand with that. But I'm saying that yes, she is right. People do have a preference.
No. We talking about. I'm talking about.
But
what?
yeah, I do. Everybody has a type.
I didn't
If you were 300
realize.
pounds,
I believe what she said.
A smile was a physical preference.
Yes.
Yeah.
I respect you for saying you didn't realize it was.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, honestly, a smile would get me every time. I'll be like,
Well, who want to be with somebody that got jacked up teeth?
yeah, you gotta understand. But that's the point for me. Like,
They can fix it, right? But again, what I'm saying is that most times, most people, and I'm talking about women in particularly, since we were talking about it, women, when you see men and they see him coming, he open his mouth, he can look the part. He can be got doggone Blair Underwood. Until he open his mouth, he look like they on Baraka.
Not Barack.
And guess what? The moment he say hello, hey, how you doing? Your interest already is gone. Just that quick, instantaneously.
But you know what? None of that. I mean, everybody has a preference. Everybody has a physical preference. Everybody got what they want, what they think they want, what they think they need, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, I do.
Your connection to the person, if given time, determines everything. If given the opportunity,
Absolutely.
it's going to determine everything.
Everything.
In spite of whatever you
Yeah.
think you like,
Yeah.
your connection, if given that time to or entertain, like you said,
Right.
will determine.
Right.
We talked about that the other day. Remember when I said why most big girls who usually don't have a lot of men actually get married before sexy women? Because
We
the
did.
men actually get to know them. They're not trying to screw them. They get to know them, and they're like, yo, she's
But they don't
perfect.
have the
And that's-
attitude either.
Who don't have that?
Like what attitude you mean?
Big
What you got
What
attitude?
you mean?
Some heavyweights
I
got
need you
some
to expand.
attitude.
I need you to expand
Nowadays,
on that.
no, you're right. They're right. They used to be so compassionate, and that's why you was always willing to look beyond.
That's not true because big girls got attitude too.
Back in the days, they was a little more.
That was a joke.
You right, Sean. Men do prefer big girls. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when I'm big
No.
and I have a
No, we don't.
lot of no, let me
Whatever
say
your name is.
No, no,
Well,
no.
we thank y'all for watching.
When I gain
We're gonna
weight,
go ahead and
when I'm
exit
a
on
bigger,
that
when
note.
I'm a bigger girl, I get way more men than I do when I'm
It's
bigger.
your booty, girl. It ain't got nothing to do
Hey,
with being a
hey,
bigger
hey,
I
girl.
was sitting in a car, so what
We
what
can
that?
see we got X-ray vision. For some reason, we know the booty. Don't
Yeah.
ask me how we do it,
Yeah.
but we got this
A
thing where we
man,
know what the
yeah, a
booty
man can
is.
see a man can
We
see
see
a
booty
woman's
through a
figure
car.
through a sundress.
Yes.
We're not talking
Of
about
course, he said
specific
I
for
said in
art.
a car.
It's a-
We know the
Men
booty
pull me
it's
over
the
in
same
a car and
thing.
everything. They be like, hey, they'll talk to me in a car. It doesn't, and I get
Yeah,
that point,
they
and
can
that's
see.
why. And that's why when I have a
So let's say big girls winning nowadays.
They are. They are. You know, I'm just saying.
I got
Hey.
it. I got it.
I'm single. All girls winning them. These days, please. Let me let you know.
Wow. Well,
But again, we all have preference.
yeah.
And physical
I
preference.
don't prefer a big girl.
I mean, I can't.
I won't.
I can't do the heavyweight.
So are you gonna just, if one has a great attitude, are you not gonna not talk at all?
So here we go.
We ended on this, guys. We
So-
ended on this. Are you gonna not talk at all just because of her size?
I'm.
Are you gonna like just totally not give her the time of day?
I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm pretty good. And I chop it up with her. Or maybe
Now what if she's interested? She's showing she's interested in the chop of the conversation.
Nah,
Just
I-
because of her size.
I know. Okay, I know me. I got in my
You have
family.
to be attractive.
I
You have
know
to have
how.
some sort
Right.
of
I got.
attraction.
I have heavyweights in my family. They are beautiful, beautiful. But if I wasn't related, there's no way in the world that I would be interested. I have a lot of heavyweight friends, associates. I'm just not attracted to heavyweights. It's my preference.
Right, you
So,
right.
but you know you can end up with somebody that you're not attracted
You
to.
know, you opposites attract, but not. I'm not a heavyweight.
I'm done. You need to end this because he is gonna get killed.
I'm just telling
You might have to take his name
Listen,
off of the
I'm not
show.
attracted to heavyweight, but
When
I
you
can't
say-
say that it would just
When you
be
say
like
like,
I don't
When
know.
you-
I don't know
when
what.
you say heavy.
yeah, I don't agree with y'all.
What do you mean?
What? No, listen. I don't say he's heavyweight.
250,
Somebody
300.
said
I got
you like big girls.
We're done.
Durran looked like the type of
Man, that's gotta be with a big girl. Listen, I'm not attracted to big girls, but I'm not mean.
Me neither.
I
I'm
have
not
a great heart,
I
and
do
I
too.
will. I just don't know.
dress on it.
I haven't done it.
Dress up.
I haven't
Dress
done
on
it. Like I'm not gonna leave
What if
them
your
on.
girl don't get heavy?
Yeah, answer that one.
I tell my wife all the time, I
We
don't
work
you like that.
We
Don't you play with me.
hold on. Let
Don't
me
you
say-
play with me and get
Hey,
big
hey,
on me
let
and
me
think
tell you
I gotta
something.
be obligated and stay with
Hold on.
you in spite of.
No, this
Because
is
I
real
didn't
talk.
meet you that way now. Don't
This
you
is
can't
real-
go
So
over
what
beyond.
happened if you gain weight?
Yeah.
This is real
How much
talk.
weight am I gonna really
It
get?
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But hypothetically speaking, what if you
What if
put
I
on
what?
an absorbent amount of weight?
If his wife says, "Hey, I need you to tighten up,"
I need to tighten up.
whatever it takes to sustain that relationship and keep that we talked about this a couple shows ago. It's doing what's necessary to make sure you sustain that relationship, that marriage. So if you see your husband, your companion, or your girl getting overweight, hey look,
Check
baby,
So
check it out. Hold on.
Is that the
Hey,
same
I'm gonna work out with you.
Is that the same as if somebody loses a limb?
Come
No.
on, Glow.
No, it's not. Come on.
I-
though. So wait a minute. So if I gain a little,
Yeah.
this whole relationship
Yeah.
is drained. But if you lose a limb, I'm supposed to push you in a wheelchair.
Hey, I'll be like,
That's good though. That's good though, bro. That's actually
Now,
good.
Then,
That's actually good.
this is a
I like
problem.
that. I
This
like
is a
that.
problem for men too, as far as I see it, because you know what? A lot of times you do look
She
at a
make
lot
me
of the
feel sad about it
physical.
right there.
No, but
See what I'm
saying?
you making a lot of
Yeah,
you feeling some sort of way about this physical preference, or you feeling this sort of way
That's
about this.
different, though.
But no,
Losing a limb is different.
hold on.
It is.
What's
I
different?
thought about what you just said. I'm gonna let you finish though.
Physically, you're not up to par, brother.
No, that's losing a limb is a little bit extreme.
Physically, it's
A
not
little bit, a little lot.
It's not extreme. It's not
I
extreme.
can't leave you with losing. That wasn't something you didn't let go. You let yourself go with. Wait,
Listen.
you didn't let yourself go with limb.
You can't live. How many people lose limbs and lose their spouse?
No, what I'm saying
Because
is,
they physically are different.
no,
Because now
I don't
it's
look at that
looking
being physically
Hold on,
different.
hold on,
Reason
wait,
being, even
wait.
though it is losing a limb, you didn't let yourself go. Wait, you let yourself, so you allowed yourself.
You do realize that people don't only gain
Okay,
weight
you're right
because
about
they
that
let
too.
themselves
You're right,
go.
you're right about that too. But when you see, and if I address it, it can be worked on from that point.
Of
If
course
I
you can.
see and it's addressed, now if I don't address it and you just go ahead and let yourself go and I'm cool with it, you can say, well, you ain't okay. We would just eat. But if you address it, if I address it, you go and saying, man, listen, tighten up now. If I'm addressing it and you just tighten up now.
Tighten up.
Well, I mean,
I'm
that's
seeing.
the way they say it.
I used to pick you up.
Yeah.
I ain't pick you up like I used to pick you up now. And you just saying, whatever, you gonna be with me forever.
So basically, like, okay, so if we together and you were masculine and now you just a little scrawny, I could be like, come on, baby, get in that gym, bro.
I felt a little personal when you said that. I don't know if you was trying to throw a logo on that. We talked about like language.
No,
We talked about
but
language. But like, I don't know, you could have used any other example, but you used like any stuff like
no. Oh, because you said pick. Because when you said, I used to be able to pick you up, is what I'm saying. So when you said that, I'm like, okay, so
you reversed it.
I went to.
Clean it up. Okay, clean it
No,
up.
I'm just saying that's what happened.
Okay.
You said pick up, and then I just went to.
And you said scrawny. I'm trying to figure out, like, are you trying to say it?
So-
I'm just trying to figure out. I don't know. Like, scrawny,
So-
like, you could have used any other word, like you said.
So here we go.
But scrawny, like, I don't know what you're trying to say.
But-
We gotta go, Durran.
Oh.
We ended this up. Go ahead. Make your point.
No, I was gonna say to her point, there aren't too many marriages that's breaking up because somebody gets lose a dismemberment.
So you think
That's
marriage?
Hold on.
I agree. I totally
Now, me and King, we rocking together, and I see you don't put on, and you got handles on
And
top of
you
handles. Guess what? I need you again to check me. I need you to hold me accountable. Hey, babe. Hey, you need to tighten up. You get on a bit on the heavy side. You know what? I want to make sure that I'm appealing to you. That you're gonna have eye on you, gonna have eyes for me. Vice versa. Marriages now, these days, get divorced. Why? Finances. What else?
And no, well, yeah, instance is number one.
Infidelity.
But also too, because
And
Always
and-
infidelity.
what?
yeah, infidelity comes. Well, infidelity.
Infidelity is always major.
Right. Well, I'm saying, but infidelity. I mean, being obese or out of shape is a byproduct of infidelity. If I'm falling out of love or falling unattracted with you and you gaining weight, guess what?
But then-
But
Right,
no,
right,
because that's
right.
your
You're falling out of love with me because of my weight. I don't
No,
need to
but
be married.
you-
No,
I
I'm
don't need to be married.
But you didn't marry her
need
for
to
herself.
marry
You
me.
married her for her
Right.
looks.
right.
You need
What?
to-
That's wrong.
we need
Hold on,
to-
hold on,
we
hold on.
need to be divorced.
Hold on, wait.
I'm gonna end this, and we're gonna pick this up next
Next
week.
week.
But y'all dead wrong for telling him that, because we all. What you mean?
There's no way in the world.
You met them, and that was your attraction. That wasn't your only attraction,
But you know,
but that was your attraction.
that is,
So you can't say you only fell in love for the looks. The looks was important.
but that
You
is-
know how important looks is in
I could
marriage.
have met you in a good job, and now you broke as freak. And now I'm supposed to be like, oh, you better go get you some more money, homeboy, because I met you with money. Got that? You would not like that.
No.
You would be like,
I'm actually gonna piggyback. I'm gonna piggyback on what you
That
said.
don't make
No,
sense.
if you met her and you was doing certain things for her financially,
they got money.
I ain't say that either.
What?
How you get away with it? I said that's a major part.
That's the
You
same-
can't
the
say
same as
that
my-
you only married them for their looks. No,
Right.
looks was
Okay,
a
but
part. I didn't like the way you look, so I can't discard that.
That was your major
Looks
purpose.
it's a major. There's always a major
Hold
part.
on.
Whether you know them,
That was your first impression of what made you attracted to that particular.
right?
Right.
But if you're married to someone, it's unrealistic to think as you get older,
That you're not gonna put on weight.
you're not gonna put on weight. Your
Right.
I
purpose-
didn't say
We're not
that.
saying
I
that.
didn't say that.
We're talking to the point where you get where you're gone. When you turn
stop
from
caring about your
a
attraction.
number 10, you was the number 1, a lowercase number 0, 9, now you're
Let me-
Just
I'm sorry, cut the show.
Well,
Next week we will continue this. Durran just ended it right there, but we're gonna pick that up. We're supposed to begin with resolution.
Nah, this ain't resolved.
Durran ain't resolved nothing just now. But
we'll talk about it because it's life though.
can we continue next week talking about
It's life.
expectation? Oh, there it is again.
Oh,
Expectation. I married or got with this person expecting what I saw, what I was experiencing, and who I was dealing with, and now
And you got
things
disappointed.
change. What is the glue now in that situation?
They went from little Oprah to big Oprah.
Your heart.
And you trying to say it don't matter? Bull crap
What?
on Eric.
You can still love them.
Your heart don't keep you just married or in a relationship. It ain't just that.
But your physical appearance doesn't either.
And no, we ain't
We're
never
not
said it was
saying
just
that.
that.
We're
But
not
you
saying
act like
that.
it don't matter.
Right, we're not saying that. We're saying it's a
When
combination.
you get older,
We know things happen with
things are
age.
gonna change.
We-
You're not gonna be as active as
Yeah.
We
you were.
respect that.
So that's
But you
gonna
can't
happen.
just go to the zero.
Go through menopause.
You can't just go to the
Everybody
zero. Listen, even biblically, even spiritually, you gotta keep yourself apart for your mate. That don't change even when it comes to godly stuff. You're supposed to keep yourself appearance and everything right for your mate.
So
That's part of your job.
So your appearance.
That's part of your job.
So your appearance is the way you dress. You can gain weight and still.
Your appearance is
dress.
everything.
That's still your appearance.
It's everything. I ain't we cutting off. You can't cut it off though. It's everything. You can't go from a 10 to 0. He's absolutely right. And say, well, I ain't got to do that. You are obligated to do
I'm
that.
not saying you.
Well,
That's what he's saying.
I gave it gradual. In that process going from a 0 to a 10, guess what? Hey, I'm giving you checkup. Hey, I need you. Hey,
Come on, now.
I'm tighten up.
How am I going to remain interested?
Right. Again, it's
Right.
vice versa.
No, you're going to still be in both ways, Eric. Even if it's me.
Both
Even if it's me. It's my job to remain.
You get 60 years old,
It's-
you ain't gonna have the same energy.
I ain't got to have the same stroke, Eric, or energy. But I got cut the show. I ain't got to have the same.
I gotta go. I gotta flight to get.
What you agree to? And then we go.
She agreed
What
with
you
me.
agree to?
She agree with me. Thank you, Ellis. You agree with me. We already know you agree. Next week we'll be back and we're gonna finish this. Oh, ma'am. Yeah, I see you over there. We see you all in the camera with the extra subliminals and subliminals.
Ma'ams
Ma'ams
and sir.
and sir. I can't believe him over there. What? We out of here, man. Next week we back and we're gonna dig in. Oh, are we? Ain't no resolution. We get yes with Mark.
Exactly.
It's your
Exactly.
job. You see that? It's
With
your
us.
job
It's your
to
job.
maintain. I know you're gonna get older. I know things are gonna change. Your reaction ain't gonna be the same. Your energy ain't gonna be the same. Your look may not be the same. But it is your job to care enough about what you look like to me, and vice versa.
There has to be a certain appeal.
Or I'm going to leave you.
And that's the other question. And I ain't being
You
funny.
don't.
I gotta go.